Oh, hello. Good morning. How is everybody doing today? Oh, yeah. Nice. You know what? You know what I kind of want to start with? I know we have the weekly MTG stream starting soon, but it has not started yet. We do not have the exact time that it is starting, but it should be starting soon. Hello, Christopher. How's it going today? Good to see you and good morning. Let's go ahead and bring up our stream here. Inept Card Collector, good afternoon. It is morning over here, but good afternoon to the people where it is noon. It's good to see you all. While we wait for the stream to start, I might just do a little bit of Monday, or it's not Monday, geez, a little morning mill. Might do a little bit of morning mill here, just hang out a bit. I have to drink my plants. It's so nice to see all of you. Hello. Soren Markov is here, all the way from wherever Soren is from. The Innistrad Plain? Someone tell me where Soren's from. Zendikar, maybe? Yeah, I think Mill would put me in a good mood this morning, so we'll just do a little Mill while we wait for the stream to start here. We're just gonna hang out. Everybody file in. Come on in. Come on in. It's so nice to see you all this morning. What do I have going on today? Alright, so I recently bought a whiteboard. We could talk about that. Everybody's leaving now. They're like, oh god, he bought a whiteboard. I don't want to hear about this. The whiteboard is a revelation, okay? Yeah, we're going to do a little mill on Arena. Yeah, let me go ahead and boot that up a little smidge here. We're going to get a little bit of Arena going. But, yeah, we've got Secrets of Strixhaven on the horizon here. You just pre-ordered a collector box. Okay. Yeah, we've got some reveal day action here. Let me see if I've got my deck here. Recently played? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll just see how this does. We'll just see how this does. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Yeah, we're going to go over the new set whenever the stream starts. And I'm thinking that's soon-ish. Soon-ish. But for now, yeah, let's just play a little bit of Mill. New cards, who needs a Madamus? It's good to see you. Whiteboard Summer. Yes, Old World Micmac. There you go. Oh, man. Yeah, I cannot believe that we are almost to April. Is everybody getting the Deadpool layer? Who's lining up for the Deadpool layer? You know what? Let's get a poll going. It's been so long since we've done a poll, chat. Let's do a poll. Engage with the audience. Are you getting the Deadpool secret layer tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow, right? Yeah. April Fool's Day. That's right. Before we crack too far deep into this stream, I want to say a big thank you to our channel sponsors. Card Conduit. That is a great spot that you can go to sell your cards quickly and easily on the internet. You can take your unused singles that are 50 cents or more from the security of your own home and send them off to Card Conduit. Using their optimized buy lists, they will take your cards, turn them into cash, and send you money via direct deposit. It is that easy. You could use links in the description. I've used Card Conduit 3 times, and I've been happy with the service each time. There are a lot of spaces that you could go to sell your Magic cards, but being able to just quickly look at a buy list and stuff like that is really cool, and that's why I like Card Conduit. And then also a big thank you to Dragon Shield. Dragon Shield has some really cool stuff coming up this year, and you are not going to want to miss it. You can also save on Dragon Shield by using the link in our description, and it helps out the channel at no additional cost to you, and it saves you money. So win, 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 win! All the wins. All right, let's pop on over to our left monitor here, and we're gonna do a little bit of stream action. All right, but first, I want to figure out where I'm gonna put chat. I want to move the chat box. Yeah, we need chat somewhere more meaningful. Let's put chat over here on the left. There we go. There we go. All right, I'm seeing 8 votes on Deadpool. 67% are saying no. The Goblin Lair, yes. Soren Markov, yes, there is a new Deadpool secret lair. Indeedly do. Indeedly dooski. Indeedly doodlooski. Oh yeah. All right, let's just play a little bit. Play a little bit of Mill while we wait for some Strixhaven. Unfortunately, funds are tight. I hear that. And God knows, with the release schedule over here in MTG, you just have to skip stuff. Unless you're truly a whale with like a bottomless bank account, you do have to skip stuff. Like, I was really into Ninja Turtles. I grew up on Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles was really cool to me. It was cool to see an IP of something that otherwise I would never buy a card game for. You know, if Ninja Turtles had their own card game, you know there's no way I'm getting into a new card game. But you bring Ninja Turtles into Magic, I'm fine with that. All right, let's see. We go first. We have our one. I mean, it's not bad for a one-lander. However, we're gonna mull. Better, but also not great. We'll keep 6. I think we're gonna get pretty beat up here. I think we're gonna get pretty beat up, chat. I do. I got several of the TMNT layers, the pizza box, and the commander deck so far. Yeah, dude, that commander deck is freaking strong, man. That commander deck is good. I played that commander deck straight out of the box. You don't need to do anything to it. Okay. Sar, we can... Maddening Cacophony here? No, I think we just glimpse. And it's the life gain deck. Yeah, the lands in it are extremely good. Big fan of the lands. Are you guys, I want to get some speculation going. What cards are you guys wanting to see in the Strixhaven Mystical Archive? I know we've seen stock up. There's some other really spicy stuff on the horizon, but I want to know what you guys are excited to see. What cards do you want to see in the Strixhaven Archive? Now remember, just like each of these bonus sheets, excuse me, like Brothers War was artifacts, the Strixhaven Mystical Archive is only instants and sorceries, so keep that in mind. But I want to know, what are you interested in? Let's see here. We will... I think we need to just try and win the race. If we get another land, we can destroy both these guys. Oh, wait a minute! Oh, toughness X or less. Alright, so we'll just do this for now. All the tutors. Okay. You don't know much, so here I am to listen up. Okay, cool. Are you new to MTG, Inept? Alright, so we get smacked pretty good there, but now we are going to do something that they're not expecting, and this is why I run a one of 0-point ballots. So we're gonna do this. And then they're gonna be like, what the hell was that? Yes. Yes, we do like 0-point ballot. Mana drain maybe, force of will, okay. Okay. Deflecting SWAT needs a reprint. Well, it did get one in Avatar, remember? Oh man, we smacked them really good there. Okay, so I think we need to Deep Muck Desperado. Flying Prototype, okay. Wait, why is it even letting me? Oh, I see, I see. Never mind. Okay. It is still crazy expensive. That's the effect of CDH on stuff, right? You have cards that are best in slot, and so they just get soaked up. Oh, man. So we have our Deep Muck Desperado. We can survive one more attack. This is pretty rough, not gonna lie. Or wait, this thing doesn't have... Okay. So, if I sack a desert... No, that's not gonna work. So I think we need to glimpse and play a crab. If a permanent left the battlefield under your control. Okay, so if I block here, then I can kill the flyer. That actually seems pretty good. Okay, alright, we're gonna see here. That said, I'm still looking forward to a non-Universes Beyond set. Kind of need back the old school Magic sets again. Maybe it's just me. Yeah, you know, it's funny you say that because I've been really looking a lot into the to pre-modern, which is this format that a lot of people are interested in. It's between 1995 and 2003, and it is a format that is fixed sets, and it is this kind of thing that kind of you know, it has that MTG nostalgia to it. Alright, so pass to combat. Flying, Vigilance, or Lifelink. Okay, we don't care about any of that. Yeah, I've been looking a lot into that format because I've seen cards like, you know, like Mox Diamond, Guy's Cradle, Intuition, Replenish, you know, Sarah's Sanctum, a whole bunch of those old cards from back in the day have all spiked in price massively. Alright, yeah, so we don't care. That thing's gonna get a counter. Okay, it gets Vigilance, Lifelink, all that stuff. Okay. Our Ruin Crab is gonna block it. Okay, so pass to blockers. I feel like this actually needs to go. Yeah, we can't have that angel thing. Okay. Alright, so this needs to die. One blocker. Pass to damage. That happens. Right, so we fatal push the angel. Surgical doesn't really matter, but it's not terrible. I think we just die. Damn it! Gosh darn it! Well, we got him down to 17. We do the surgical. We'll just take out this angel. And we run it back. Run it back. Good game. Let's see here. Spoiler season on April 1st is going to be sanctimonious. Let's see here. Pre-modern decks are so pretty to look at, especially with the sweet classic foil with shooting star. I know. Yes. Yes, they are. Oh, man. I forgot to stretch this morning. Need to do some stretching. All right. Gonna do a little morning stretch. Did everybody stretch this morning? Be honest. Running it back. We are running it back. Everybody remind me if the stream starts. Please remind me. Waiting on the MTG stream. Waiting for the MTG stream to start. Waiting for the stream. Oh, a single fabled passage. God, one more land in this hand is gas. Opponent goes first. We're on the draw. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. Oh! No! It's gonna be an elf. Okay, that's fine. Alright, that's fine. Alright. Got 42 people watching this morning. Thank you so much. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my goodness, they searched their library. Oh gosh. Okay, hold on a second. Tammy, Arc Druids, the Burgeoning, blah 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 blah, Glimpse, Thirsting Roots, Royal Treatment. Target creature gains hexproof. Let's take the charm. Let's take the charm. Oh, they had one in their hand. Okay. All right, we're cooking. Okay. Oh, we are golden retriever, baby. Okay, so we need to get this turned into a swamp. A swampy bompy. Headhunter Racing, good to see you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are. We've got almost 50 people watching, and when the stream starts here in, I guess, like 40 minutes, we're all going to hang out. We're going to watch some fun spoilers, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be great. Going to be a good time. All right, so they do this. They go get another basic. Then they have a Tyvar stand and a March of Burgeoning Life. Okay. The only thing that's going to crush us is if they have the Gaia's Blessing. If they have Gaia's Blessing, we're pretty much toast. And that is what happens sometimes with a deck like this. All right, we glimpse. We glimpse and hope no Gaia's Blessing. All right, we're playing roulette here. We have a pretty good idea of what their deck does. Or actually, do I have a good idea of what it does? Okay, so it's a tandem takedown, invasion of Ikoria. Where the hell are the creatures? Oh. Okay, so we need to just get the Venerated Rot Priest. That's what it is. So they're doing a little bit of a kind of infect-esque thing going on. Grizzlebees. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Good evening. Minneapolis, where you are. Okay. All right. So, there's our buddy. All right, so if we Watery Grave... All right, they play this invasion. Can they kill me with that thing? Indestructible. Choose target creature, mana value X. Search your library for a creature card with the same. Put it on. Let's do this. Then, God, can we take like one Rot Priest? Or are they going to be able to kill me with one? Invasion. When this enters, search your library graveyard for a non-human creature card of mana. Okay. I mean, if they get me, they get me. So, let's do this. I think we just want a Tasha's Hideous Laughter. That seems like it should probably do it. This deck is freaking all low cost. I think Tasha's will just win us the game. Let's see. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Okay, so now they've tutored something. They have 24 cards. We glimpse them. If they had a Guy's Blessing... Alright, they've got 13 cards. And so we win with the Tashas. If they beat us here, they beat us here. We'll see. We should have them. We should have them. I'm going to drink my plants. Oh, yeah. Here's the plant. Ooh. Plant stream. Oh, I need to have Mitgo in the corner here. That's what I need to do. Or not Mitgo, Arena. Alright, we'll go back. We'll go back for everybody watching the game. What I'll do is I need to make it so that when I do my plant cam, you can see Arena in the corner. That's what I need to do. What am I thinking, man? What's going on with my brain? Alright. This should do it. We should be cooking. Alright, what can you do? It's gonna exile cards. What do you have? Alright, good game. Good game. Good game, good game, good game, good game. Alright, let's go. That was nice. Nothing like some good morning mill. Morning mill. It's what's for breakfast. Morning mill. I hardly know her. Morning mill? I hardly know her. I came here to play mill and chew gum, and I am all out of gum. Here's the thing. They need to put Hydron Crab into this format. I have my Ruin Crab, and I love it. I'm so pleased that it exists. However, I need Hydron Crab. This hand is fine. You go turn 1 Crab. Turn 1... Well, actually... Well, damn. I already played it. So it goes... Food time. Hello, my friend. Happy Strixhaven day to you, my friend. Good morning. You are in the morning. I know that it's morning with you. Okay. So... It's a Flying Hasty Sliver. That's cute. Slivers on here. That's wholesome. That's what I'm talking about. Cultivate. Alright. They're playing Cultivate? Okay. Let's glimpse the unthinkable. And then we'll take a closer look. Yeah, it's just some straight up slivers. Okay. Alright, so I think that our crab has already done what it needs to do. At this point, I'm a little bit certain of that. But we could take one more hit and then really get some value. You just won a game of Dan Dan at work. This is Historic Headhunter. This is the only format where I've been able to kind of conjure up a good mill deck on Arena. So I think we're going to Fabled Passage, because I want to get double duty out of this crab before it dies. And then, kind of Maddening Cacophony. Or actually, no, I think I'm going to stay up to counter something. That makes the most sense. Yeah, we're going to stay up to counter with Drown in the Loch. Just in case there's some sort of crazy shenanigans. And then we're going to 0-point Ballad. Okay, so they get in with both. That's fine. Best of 1. And then if any of you see the live stream start, please tell me and we'll immediately switch over. I was going to say stritch over, which is what you do in Strixhaven. When you're switching over, you're strixing over. So they just pass. All right, that's fine. We'll go grab our other swamp. All right, that puts them at 30. And then, you know, just to stay mana efficient, let's do this. This thing, giving other creatures, I mean, that's pretty good. But let's kill the flyer, because we can actually block this guy on the ground nicely. Okay, so we could go Deep Muck Desperado, which also lets us block nicely on the ground. I really hate Deep Muck Desperado, but dude, I play it. I absolutely play it. Howdy, how's the cat? The cat? I will find him after this game, and we will check in with him. Okay. So I'm thinking that we stay up with the counterspell again. So for now, we're going to go Sanctuary. No, I need to play this. I need to stay mana efficient. No attacks. And I can block this thing right now with the Deep Muck. So if they have another flying Hasty Boy, there's 1, 2, 3. They could. They could have them. Oh, alright. Alright, we're there. Blightwood Owl. Blightwood Owl. Good morning. Good morning to you. Is everybody ready? Ready for some Strixhaven. Is everybody singing their best Strixhaven song this morning? Am I the only one? I mean, the fact that you got... Oh, the cat! Yes, the cat. Bill. Oh, God. Oh, God, Bill. Bill. Oh, nope. 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 I'm sorry. He's too squirmy right now. He was like, nope, I'm sorry, dude. I'm squirmy. So sometimes he's squirmy. Sometimes he's not. Sometimes he's squirmy. Other times he's like, hey, I like this. When he's squirmy, though, gotta just obey the squirm. A little bit slow because of Fabled Passage. If the swamp was a island, we would be so high on this hand. However, it's not terrible, so we're gonna keep it. He's not having it. Hey, at least you got to play Dan Dan at work, though. My coworker that sits next to me has been slowly getting into MTG. He downloaded Arena last week and has been obsessed. Uh-oh, he's cursed. He is cursed. He's got the curse. Oh, I wish we had an archive trap right now. Oh, man. Okay. So, a Fabled Passage, huh? I could surgical it and take a look at their hand. Is that worth it? Is that worth it? Hello. Good morning. Yeah, why not? This seems so bad. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Okay. All right. So we need to do this. Oh, that's a different coworker. Oh, nice, Faith. Nice to see ya. Good morning. All right, pass to attackers. Good to hear from you both. All right, we go. Let's see here. Nope, we need to get blue mana. Here we go. Little island action. And we're playing against blue-white. I won't be surprised if they have... Okay, so we got to get the crab out. Okay. Alrighty, alrighty, okay. Sure. Maybe I should have taken the Fabled Passage and taken a look at the hand. But, you know what? This is fine. We'll go ahead and do this. And do I just take the Fabled and take them off possibility of lands? I think I'm going to do that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is actually pretty good. Our opponent's hand is terrible. They're in trouble. They do have a silence. Okay, this is fine. Hey chat, can we get some likes on the stream? Yes, please, let's get some likes going. Oh, thank you for the subscription. Oh, they just silenced me. That's fine. Okay, but your hand... I mean, that's pretty good. And I'm gonna archive trap you, bro. You're about to get archive trapped. I hope you're ready for it. Eat that, blue-white. I'll show you the superior colors of magic, which is blue-black. We will show you the superior colors of magic. Oh, okay. The silence to time walk me is really annoying, but they're not drawing mana, which is kind of nice. Okay, so they play Wandering Emperor.
Just the trick for this.
They're like, I need to find another silence. Okay, so I pass back, and then I drown in the lock their Wanderer. Okay. I mean, that's the move. Eat it. Enjoy it. Eat it and enjoy it. Okay, so we find Deep Muck Desperado. They 100% counter us here. So the idea is get to Teferi. Yeah, they 100% counter us. So we'll just send this thing out because this thing doesn't matter. Ah, they also realize that thing doesn't matter. Okay, good. Sure. Okay, but now you can't do that. Alright, so now we get in with a glimpse, I believe. Or a Tasha's. Probably glimpse. Yeah, the Reflector Mage was a poor choice, actually. So now they play Teferi. But they still... Even if they untap 2 lands... Okay, even if they untap 2 lands, they can't play their 3 steps... Oh, no, but they can play No More Lies. Yeah, okay. Counter it. Do it. Do it. Oh my gosh. We got him. Okay. I mean, we don't have them yet, but we're very close. We're very close to having them. Okay, draw a card. Yeah, drawing a card is not exactly good for our opponent here. They play another Narset. This is... If I were them, I would be probably freaking out a little bit. This is not what you want to be doing. I don't think they get there. I think we beat blue-white because, you know, we're in the superior colors. We have far less lands. Thank you so much to everybody hanging out this morning. There's like 52 people hanging. We're probably about 20 or so minutes out from the weekly MTG stream starting. Alright, so we can't cast spells. We've dealt with 3 silences. Opponent down to 5 cards here. So we play a land. Dealt with 3 silences, chat. 3! Excuse me. Let's go. We absolutely crushed their soul. They never stood a chance. I mean, we were playing superior Magic. What can I say? Yeah, you got crushed by Mill, dude. I mean, it's just part of life over here, you know? Sometimes people are trying to play Magic, and I'm just trying to play ultra fair Magic over here. Okay. Appreciate y'all hanging out this morning. Is my chat coming through? Okay, it is. Alright, we're good. Opponent goes first. We have a Ruin Crab and 2 Fabled Passage. The hand is a little slow because of 2 Fabled Passage, but we're going to keep... Ooh, we're playing in the very fleshy, very teethy Phyrexia here. So this is like Elish Norn's patio. Okay, so Cemetery Sage. Alright, so that thing 100% needs to die. That might need to die right now, actually. Before the crab? Probably. Let's take a look. Alright, so that thing. Ponder. Alright, so whenever you cast an instant or sorcery... Alright, so that's what they are going to play next turn. We got Wizard's Lightning, Manamorphose, Opt, Soulscar Mages. Okay. Alright, so Wizard's Lightning, him, Slick Shot, Show Off. Okay. Alright, that's what's going on here. Okay. That's fine. Surgical Extraction. Easily one of the best Magic the Gathering cards. Card is goated. Card is absolutely goated. I think in like the next 20 minutes, Kraken. We're just hanging out right now, but I do believe it is in the next 20 minutes or so. So if we, Scheming Symmetry here, find another... I think we just killed this. If we even can. Yeah, alright, so we crab. Yeah, we need mana. We're going to take a hit here in the air. Alright, so they just play this. Flying Hasty, they're gonna get in for 1. Or 2. Excuse me. Okay, so now we Scheming Symmetry to find... I mean, that just needs to die. This needs to go. Alright, so we're going to Fabled Passage. Alright, we need to see, do they run... Do they run stuff that protects their dudes? I don't know if they do. So I think we Drown in the Lock, the Show Off. But I almost want to do it in response to them trying to storm off. And I think I will. The Show Off needs to go. True Mrs. Popo, what's up? Good morning. Savory DFW. Where's the new cards? It should be in the next 20 minutes or so. We're waiting for the stream to start, so we're just doing a little morning mill while we wait for things to get going. But I do appreciate you hanging out. If you all are enjoying the stream, please make sure to like the stream. And if you're having an especially good time, then please make sure you subscribe. Subscribing is the best way that you can support the channel. Alright, so the Show Off definitely dies here. Oh man, we're in trouble. I don't think we're going fast enough to beat this one. Mr. DJ Longhair, good morning. Or good afternoon, depending on where you are. Or good evening. Maybe you're across the world. Pass to attackers, so Show Off definitely dies. Alright, we kill that thing. We take 2. Alright, we're gonna find another blue mana. I think. Or do we take a black source? Maybe we do grab a black source here. I think we do. Alright, so opponents are down to 34. We have some serious work to do. So this actually works out nicely for us. We're going to get a big hit on them. I think what I want is removal. Removal seems good. So we're going to Scheming Symmetry, targeting both of us. I'm going to go grab a removal spell. I think I'm going to take Battle at the Bridge. This seems like it's fantastic in this matchup. And now, because they searched, we're going to archive trap them. And we're going to maddening cacophony them. Alright, they're down to 13. Oh, I should have just put Atasha's Hideous Laughter on top. That was a play mistake. That was a play mistake. You know, on reveal day, the dropout is going to go back to school. You know, on reveal day, the dropout is going to go back to school. Silver Quill dropout. Oh, I see what you did there. Are you excited to go back? Alright, we're going to see if we get through. Our crab probably dies here. We just absolutely punted. We absolutely freaking punted here. Oh, we had this game. We had this game. They have 11 cards. We would have crushed them. Oh, Jake. Jake. No blocks. No blocks. You deserve this. You deserve this. Fail. All aboard the fail boat for that one. All aboard the fail boat for that one. You know, on reveal day, the dropout is going back to school. Still here in Cali. I hope we can get a chance to hang at MagicCon this year. I'm going to be in Vegas. Do you know when we get the reveal stream or whatever Watts you're going to do? Here's the thing. I am looking at it over here on Twitch on Magic the Gathering, and I have not seen anything start yet. I am looking at like Seth, and Seth is planning to do spoilers. He's looking at a blog post right now. But we are absolutely going to cover it as soon as it starts. We're going to watch the whole thing. So you're in the right spot. It's not just going to be playing Arena over here. Yeah, you're welcome. You are in the right place. As soon as it starts, we're going to head on over there. I'm going to give you my takes, and then we have some fun announcements today. We have a whole bunch of stuff. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, nada at the moment. Setting stuff up here. All right. Bruvac, 2 archive traps. I mean, if they... Oh, man. If they search, we're going to do crazy damage to them. Otherwise, this hand is very bad. Let's hope they search. We're being very greedy here. We're being very greedy. If we draw Ruin Crab, we're going to be in amazing spot. But we'll see. Play a Fabled Passage and search. Do it. Do it. Fabled Passage, search. Oh. Oh, God. Oh! Oh! Oh, hello! Alright, so it looks like mono white. Oh, gross. Yeah, they're not going to be searching. I don't think they're going to be doing any searching, chat. Getting a vibe. Getting a vibe there's not going to be much searching going on here. Alright, so 78% are not getting Deadpool. Alright. %78 passing on Deadpool. Okay, so the Maddening Cacophony. Well, yeah, it's looking like the double archive trap keep was probably a poor choice, chat. Games with Gutler, it should be... only the debut showing up on YouTube. Is it on YouTube right now? Is that what you're saying? You too, Mr. DJ Longhair. Have a good one. Catch up with you later. Thanks for hanging. Yeah, we're in trouble on this one. Oh, 9:58 start on YouTube. Okay. All right, cool. Well, then we'll be done after this game, and we will head over to Twitch and get ready for a little bit of a stream action. Or if you're saying it's on YouTube, I might just watch it on YouTube then. Alright, well, we can take out Momo, so that's good. Which I think we need to do. Howdy doody. What's up, Highlander Hipster? Good to see ya. Good to see you this morning. Thank you all so much for hanging out. If you'll do me a favor and just like the stream, it pushes it in the algorithm, lets people know, hey, I exist. I exist. You're funny. Happy Wizard School Day. Yes, 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 yes. Happy Wizard School Day to you as well. Alright, I think... Oh, wow. There's a lot of things happening over here today. There's a lot of things happening over here against this Avatar deck. I'm getting beat up by the characters from Avatar right now. It's not what I expected. How dare you throw my crap back like this? If I play Bruvac, does it matter? It doesn't. It doesn't. It does not. We just lose. We just lose. Oh, nar. Oh, nar, chat. We're in troubles. We're in not a good way. Or Nitier. Is that your, is that in reference to Vivi from Final Fantasy? Alright. Do we die here? A 4 and a 5. Yep. 6, 10. We're at 11. Can they do it again? Are there more counters? Okay. Oh my god, we survived with a Bruvac. Okay, good game. Nykthos. Oh, good game, good game, good game, good game. Okay, good game, good game, good game, good game. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, what's up, folks? We're gonna hang out here. I'm gonna get the stream ready to go because it should be starting here in just moments. Just some moments. We should just be like moments away. Should be my understanding. All right, let's exit game here. Let's get this. Let's get the stream pulled up here. Okay. All right, let's pull this up. Look at the cats over there. You guys, we're double catting. We got double cats. The orange is in a ball. The gray is doing butt time. She's cleaning the butt. Oh, she heard me. She heard me about it. She heard me say that. Shouldn't have brought that up. Let's see what we got here. Someone do me a favor and link me the Strixhaven debut stream. I am not seeing it on YouTube. Oh, here we go. I got it. Debut video. Da, 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 da. Alright, beginning shortly. Beginning very shortly. 2,500 people waiting. Okay. Should just go on here and be like, no, come watch my stream instead. Alright. Oh, we have a premiere beginning. We have a premiere beginning. Here we go. Let's turn off the... Let's pause the Streamlabs here. We are beginning, chat. Here we go. Ooh, baby. Look at it. It's so serene. It's so serene. Can everybody hear? I'm gonna turn it up. Is it too loud? Let me know. Let me know if it's too loud. Oh yeah. MTG Gaming Bob, hello. Oh, Bob, I did see your message. Let me get back to you after the stream. I completely forgot, man. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, this is so strange. I don't want this to end. I think what I've learned about myself today is that I am really excited to watch almost like visualizers with you. I think there might be something there. Visualizer reviews. Number go down. That's right. That's right. Deadpool tomorrow. Strixhaven revealed today. That's a beautiful week to nerd, baby. All right, we're here. Rated T for teen.
We failed? What do you mean, we failed?
The deadline was a deadline.
Please, Professor Fell, I can't fail. There has to be something we can do.
Perhaps. A very important creature recently escaped into the mystical archives. Retrieve it for me by noon, and I'll reconsider.
You won't regret this, Professor Fell.
Is it dangerous?
You shan't be.
Chop chop.
Chop chop. Okay. I'm getting a bad guy vibe from that character. Drops us into a portal. I don't know.
We don't have long. We better... What? Huh?
Oh, man.
That the creature?
I got this. For long!
Oh, good job, Warhold character. Look what you've done now. Can everybody hear well? Are the sound levels good? Oh, I see some fractals. See like a fractal whale back there.
Got it. Wait. No, I don't.
Everyone, come on!
We're running out of time. Fortune favors the bold.
Oh, some sort of giant. What is that thing? Whoa. Okay. World.
Hold on.
Probably is.
Gotcha. Field trip's over. It's now or never. The portal.
You're just in time. Good.
Oh.
I do hate a late lunch.
Okay.
Congratulations. You didn't disappoint me. Now for your next assignment.
Eat my sandwich. For your next assignment, have this sandwich that I just made. Oh! We have like another cinematic here.
I've always seen myself a student
never
and a
mind.
scholar of Magic the Gathering, and so I feel right at home in the halls of Strixhaven. Today I will be speaking with folks from Wizards of the Coast who worked on this set to learn more about this school and our
The
second
token
visit
hot
to its
dog
campus.
booth. Okay.
Welcome to Secrets of Strixhaven.
Thank you.
Okay,
We are going back to Strixhaven for Secrets of Strixhaven. I have a million questions. I guess the simplest thing to ask is what's going on?
Well, we are returning to the plane of Arcavios. This was really a chance for us to dive into everything that's happened to this plane since the last time we were here in Strixhaven School of Mages. What's happened
hi
since the
again,
last
Food.
time we were
Good
here,
to
you
see
know,
ya.
the previously on Strixhaven?
The biggest event was the Phyrexian invasion in March of the Machine.
The Phyrexians invaded the multiverse, which included Arcavios and Strixhaven.
Biblioplex was destroyed, there were a number of casualties.
The deaths of many professors and some students.
You really feel and see the scars of the invasion across Strixhaven and Arcavios.
From the very beginning, a lot of what's going on with the Return to set is what are we doing the same as last time and what are we doing different from last time?
The main question you really always have to start with is, what do people love about this setting? What do we want to see again? What do we need to take forward because it's so core and foundational?
You want there to be a lot of new things, but you also want there to be all that fan favorite stuff that you're delivering on again. Something very honest and true to the original.
You know, we're always iterating, we're always looking for a new way to approach something, to like get our fans excited.
The original Strixhaven School of Mages was so much about each of the colleges, giving each of the colleges an identity and making players feel what they were each about.
Prismari is our artistic school.
They are the art students.
Big, flashy magic. It's very colorful. It's very lively.
You never want to miss a performance by the Prismari.
Lorehold, they have this very fighting, adventuring archaeologist vibe.
Outgoing and athletic,
Mr.
and
Paul,
really
so
want
good
to
to
venture
see you.
out into the field.
Quandrix are the math geeks.
They are the sort of brilliant geniuses.
Math gets to really shine.
It's all about fractals and equations and exploring mathematics in the realm of magic.
Silverquill.
They are the College of Eloquence. They're highly competitive. They're very linguistic.
do
They
the
have large
Quandrix one because I can't
vocabularies.
do the
Silverquill is all about influence. They're very confident, a little arrogant. They're going to get their way.
Witherbloom.
We call them
Which
our
school
goth punk
works for
students.
my
They're not afraid to get dirty, you know.
They are fiercely protective of the natural world. Very much a celebration of the full cycle of life and death.
People really resonated with it the first time around. The first Strixhaven School of Mages was really Gen Ed. This is, 201. We're trying to, go a little deeper. A lot of awesome, cool things to discover.
And I think really the best way is to show you some
Okay.
of what's going on here.
Show, don't
Yes,
tell.
show us.
So,
Give me the cards.
Let's start with the dragons are back.
Beautiful.
We definitely couldn't
Oh,
return
dragons.
to Strixhaven without having the 5 Elder Dragons.
Everyone loves dragons.
much
It's kind of
quieter
hard to
than the
find
stream.
someone, especially a magic
Okay.
player, who's like, I don't like dragons.
You can't have a magic set I worked on without some dragons in it.
The fact that Strixhaven was started by these 5 elder dragons is one of my favorite parts of the story.
They came together and said, we want to create the
Should
best
be able to
mystical
hear me,
university
but-
known to man.
They're each unique in their approaches
There we
to
go.
their
We
scholarly
turned it down a little bit. You
pursuits,
should be
which
able
is
to
why
hear me.
colleges
Let
are
me
so
know.
different, and the magic of each college is so different. But
No,
unique
no
also in the way that
Rakdos,
their
sadly.
anatomy is dragon's look, which is always really fun.
They're powerful dragons. They need to be more powerful than anyone else that we're going to be seeing on this plane.
They've got some really awesome abilities, really iconic designs, and just are a lot of fun.
Do you have a favorite?
Don't make me choose.
I know, but I'm trying to.
I think Lorehold's pretty awesome.
I agree.
So every single time we do a return to set, we like to poll our players, like, what do you want to see more of? What do you want to see less of? And what we heard loud and clear is people want to know what's going on in Arcadia. So it was really important for us to get outside of just the university itself.
We wanted to zoom the camera out a little bit and show off more of the world.
Expand the boundaries and go beyond just the school campus itself into Arcavios.
Last time, we really stayed on the college campus, and so for this set, we've actually developed 5 brand new field locations where our students go out and study the real world.
5 different research locations that the students go to that are really themed around the core ideas of the schools.
Befitting of the school's identity.
Being outside of the safety of the school, which especially in a world where spells and archaics exist, things can get dangerous very, very quickly.
If I'm a Lorehold student and I love history, what is my what is my field trip? Where am I going?
Well, the Lorehold location for this set is called the Fields of Strife, and it is an endless...
What delightful. Wow, what a wonderful...
Yeah.
The
what a
Fields of
wonderful
Strife.
outing.
That's where you go to hang
But
out.
Arcavios had a blood age.
Hang
they
your
were
hat.
at war for about 700 years. The Fields of Strife are one of the locations of these epic ancient battlefields. Layers upon layers of warriors and spirits fighting each other. And the strange magic that pervades the location means that these spirits never really disappear. And so the students go there for a very first-hand account of what happened during these
Ooh,
battles. One of the
okay.
dangers is that strange magic of the location can sometimes affect you.
I
And
like-
every so often a
I
student
like the idea
gets
of
lost to the
trying to
battlefield.
teach history so it's not repeated.
It's really
Would
the
love
cast
to
of
see some of
characters
that
for
in the
me.
real world.
We brought back these characters because fans wanted to see
Okay.
what they're up to. You know, a lot has happened on Strixhaven since the original. What are they up to now?
I think a lot of our players are going to be able to find themselves in these characters and really relate to their lived experiences. I love the fact that there's 5 different colleges and that you kind of get to choose and find your own identity, figuring out your own self-expression. It's kind of our coming of age magic set where you kind of explore what does it mean to be a young adult? Who are you? What do you want to do with the world? What are your aspirations and what are your dreams?
Each of them kind of represents a slightly different archetype from within the school.
You have characters like Killian and Rutha. They were sophomores in the original timeline. They were just draft uncommons then, but they've elevated up to now commander-sized in the leads of the commander decks.
We get to see where they are in their journey now. How have they changed as they go from being young adults into the real world?
So
Hey, that's
Ralzeric
cool.
is back, and he has a new color identity.
Gosh, it has been years since Strixhaven,
Ralzeric
right?
is here as a visiting professor, and we all know Ral, the famous Orzhov lawyer.
He's in the school that you would expect. Silverquill.
He's been invited by the faculty at Silverquill to be a guest speaker and a guest lecturer. And he's also here kind of part of that continuation of his investigations that he was doing way back in Bloomborough. There will be a side story that focuses on him.
This was a really fun thing that we decided to do. I can't say too much about it, but I think our fans are really going to enjoy it.
Ralzeric
You'll
was
notice
like,
one
I'm
of some of
hanging
the
up my
other cards that are
lightning,
going
folks.
around. We have the mascots.
I'm hanging up the lightning.
Last time we had the mascots in each school. This time, instead of only being on token cards, we put them on a few creature cards as well.
So the mascots are representative in many ways of each of the schools. I kind of think of them as a little bit somewhere between a familiar and like a summon. Kind of depends a little bit on the school. Witherbloom might be my favorite mascots. They're the pests, and they are less familiars. They're not summoned. Witherbloom students use
The mascots
pests
are kind of
as
like the,
ingredients and life essence for their spells.
well,
but sometimes
I mean,
they might grow a
mascot is a
little
perfect
attached
word
to
for
them.
it.
They are pests in part
But
because
there
they
are
are
cards
a little bit
that
of a
typically
nuisance,
show
and they
off
have
the
been known
mechanics
to
perfectly,
be a
and
valid excuse for the pest
these are
to eat
them.
your homework.
The pests are the best ones.
The pests are the
pests
best.
are the best. Do you agree with me?
Okay. No, the pests are sweet this time around. You know, they've elevated their animal shapes now. You know, Inklings used to be a little
They
blot.
still
Now
have
they're-
those weird mouths though, which is
Lots of teeth.
it's like little lamprey faces.
I see there's a favorite, clearly. Okay, that's fine. I thought Spirit Ox might be in contention.
Spirit
but
Ox is pretty good too.
It feels very heroic, you know?
We had a lot of fun making them even more playable, putting those extra types on the cards, but also really giving some more character, especially now that they're on their own creature cards, to each of these types of mascots. How do you feel about Exponent?
I feel exponentially awful the longer I look at a card like this.
Mathemagic's self-indulgence through and through.
We had a lot of conversations. Do we really want to expect players to know what 2 to the 5th is?
Math Magic is pretty exciting. It's one of those things that comes up in development and you're like, aha, this would be a fun joke, and then it stays in the file and it stays in the file, and at some point you have to have a conversation with everyone. You're like, are we actually keeping this in the set?
In case you haven't noticed, a lot of our
The
game
card
design
is pretty
are
wild.
exponentially happy about Exponent. I think this card stayed basically the same.
Yeah, honestly, from like notepad to conception.
That
it stayed
Ral
the
actually
same.
looked pretty
Even
good. I
the
need
name
to
of the
I need to give it
card,
another
which was
look.
Kind of
See,
incredible. I was
but
really excited to see people's responses. It's just really cool and bombastic. You can draw so many cards, or make your opponent.
we've got
draw
over
a lot
100
of
people
cards.
watching this
Gene, I
morning.
think
Thank you
know
all
the
so
answer
much.
to this. If I spend
If you are enjoying the
10
stream, please do us a favor and
how
give it a
many
like.
cards does target player B draw?
Thank you all so
You're
much.
asking what 2 to the 10th is.
cool to
which
have you
is,
all
as
hanging out
everyone
today.
knows, 1,024.
Well, I did my homework before I sat down with you all, and I happen to know that if you spend 100 mana on Mathematics, you draw 562 trillion cards.
So many.
Strongly suggest that you do not draw those cards.
I target you. That's true. It says say target player.
As Magic grows and expands as
Yeah,
a
I
game,
think so,
we get the
MTG
opportunity
Gaming
to
Bob.
take kind of risks like this, and it's something that I hope fans really enjoy.
People read it and they either love it or hate it. And I love that.
There's a pair of cards that I personally really love. This was an early development playtest name that game design put in, and we were just like, this is perfect. It's called Procrastinate, and it's just literally the art is this little frog, and he's asleep, and he's procrastinating on his homework.
Procrastinate is one of
Tyrius,
my
yeah, we'll
favorite
definitely
cards.
go back
So just
take a
reminiscent
look.
of things I thought about so much in school.
I really love cards like this because it basically allows you to take a real world concept
like
and then think,
procrastinate.
what would this look like translated into a Magic card?
Another example of a card name that stuck around from the beginning of the file because it was so perfect for the idea of putting stun counters on another creature. I really love that we get these little, I would say relatable moments. Relatable moments, yeah. Who amongst us?
Stress Dream also resonates a lot, but it really takes me back to school days and just a
Stress
different era
Dream.
of my life.
Have you ever had a
Yes.
stress stream?
Yeah, I felt a little personally attacked when I saw these cards in the file. It's a little bit too close to home.
I thought I could come to Magic to get away from the horrors of grad school, and yet stress, dream, and procrastinates.
Remind you that the horrors persist.
They persist, yeah. But persist is not a mechanic, right? No.
We've come a long way in MTG. We have cards like Stress Dream now.
All right, JD, the only thing better than talking about Magic cards is playing Magic cards. Draw my card for turn. I'll play Basic Island, and I'm going to cast Landscape Painter. This is a card that looks like the dragon cards, but it's not. It has the word prepare on it. Can you please teach me how to play with this card?
Yes.
Oh, we get
found a
mechanics.
Prepared creature. So prepare is one of our new mechanics. It is a mechanic that lets your creature cast a spell.
Prepare is awesome. I am so excited about this one. It's the type of mechanic that once you see it, you're really surprised that we haven't done it before.
It is a mechanic that isn't college specific. It is just everywhere in Strixhaven.
Creatures can enter prepared, and then they get to cast instants and sorceries.
And one of the really fun things about this is we were able to choose a lot of
I do
iconic
not
spells
know
through
if these
Magic's
are the folks
history,
who actually
and so you
designed
get
the
to have that
set, but I
feeling of
imagine
casting
some
these
of them
spells,
had
some of which a lot of players had never
some
cast
hand in
before.
it. Yes.
Emeritus of Ideation is an awesome blue creature.
The Emeritus cycle casting really famous spells from Magic.
You guys,
Emeritus
this
of
cycle is
Ideation, cast
the cycle's
Ancestral
crazy.
Recall.
What is cooler than be able to cast something like Ancestral Recall?
Well, I've certainly never cast it in my life.
Maybe the most powerful instant ever made.
Our headliner for this set features art by Mark Poole, who's actually the original artist for Ancestral Recall, so it was really exciting to be able to have him come back.
All right, serialized cards are back. Chat, let us know what you think of serialized cards.
Seeing Ancestral Recall on a card
There we go.
I don't know. It just brings back memories.
I've been playing Magic a long
Oh my
time,
god, all
and
the
before we were
collectors
working
right
on
now
that
looking
card,
at
I had
that.
never played Ancestral
Dude, to
Recall.
have that,
And
like,
let me say,
that
wow.
XXX out of 500 playtest
Brave
version of
Researcher
that
is
would
an
be
awesome
freaking
card.
amazing.
Black creature that gets to prepare Reanimate, one of the most iconic Magic cards of all time. I mean, we call
Yes,
these decks
food.
reanimation
Yes.
decks.
Joined Researchers is one of my favorite examples of a prepared card because it's a callback to
Oh.
Secret Rendezvous, which was
Secret
a card
Rendezvous.
in the original Strixhaven set, which featured these two characters from different schools meeting surreptitiously with each other, sharing information, and I just always loved that card so much.
Biblioplex Tomekeeper is one of these cards that gets to have a little fun with the prepare mechanic. A lot of these
Okay.
prepare creatures enter
Ooh,
prepared,
target
but maybe
creature
don't
becomes
have a way to
prepared.
prepare themselves, but we wanted to come up with something that allowed you to re-prepare some of your creatures, and we thought it was fun to have some counterplay so you can unprepare something too.
So imagine like a
Paradigm is
cloud
the
shift,
other
right?
mechanic in the
Something
set
like that in
isn't tied to
Ephemerate.
any specific
If something
faction.
enters
Paradigm
prepared
was a way
and
for
you
us
bounce
to
it,
really express that this is a set
it's going to
about
come back in
instants and
prepared,
sorceries.
right?
It features on these thesis-type cards, and the idea is that it shows you an encapsulation of what it looks like at the end of your study at Strixhaven. What is your big final magical spell?
So, for example, with
What time is the
Improvisation
reveal?
Capstone,
Right now,
Capstone
baby.
being
We're
your
living
final
it.
performance,
We're
this
in
was
it
a
right
chance
now.
For us to really showcase one of the students giving their final graduation performance at Spectacle Summit.
It is a cycle. There's one for each color, and I find these really exciting because once you cast it, you basically get to cast it for free over and over and over again throughout the game.
The colleges, though, are still really important. We decided the best thing to do was to give them each their own mechanic.
So in each of these, the keywords are really getting to kind of a core idea of all of the schools.
It adds depth and it also adds accessibility. Keywords are really nice in draft because they help players kind of path their way into a school.
The Silver Quill mechanic is repartee.
It basically has the idea of you're targeting different creatures and opponents and spells.
So you
Repartee.
can think of removal
I
spells
like how they
that
pronounce that
kill your
so that
opponent's
now I can
creatures
say
and
it
trigger
like
your
I knew how to
repartee
say it.
creatures, or you can think of pump spells or combat tricks that
Stoked.
boost your own creatures while helping them along the way.
Prismari's all about Opus, so they're trying to cast the biggest, most bombastic spells in this set.
Opus is a trigger on casting an instant or sorcery spell, and you will get something, but you will get something more every time you cast an instant or sorcery spell that you spent 5 or more mana on. So it is an upgrade for casting especially powerful instants and sorceries.
Witherbloom is all about gaining life and the idea that once you gain life, you get extra abilities.
Who doesn't love a good life gain theme?
So they have an ability word Infusion, which cares about if you've gained life this turn, and their playstyle really is going to the board with pests and trying to attack, go wide, care about creatures dying, and gain life all the while.
They get better as you gain life.
Lorehold aptly is the one school that has a returning mechanic, Flashback, which we just felt was perfect. It was really the impetus for why we wanted to use these mechanics in the first place. We're trying to do graveyard themes for Lorehold, of caring about cards leaving your graveyard, and
Swords?
Flashback just felt like a perfect
Well, you never
tool
know.
to
There
do
might
that.
be,
Increment
more
is the Quandrix
cards
mechanic.
that
The
have
maths
prepare.
are all
We'll
about
see.
numbers. Quandrix creatures with the increment mechanic will grow in size whenever you cast a spell that you spent more mana on than the creature's power or toughness. And you'll keep growing your creature over time as you cast bigger and bigger spells throughout the
Cuboid
game.
Colony,
math
that's
is
funny.
all about adding numbers and just getting as big as you possibly can.
So we have a new planeswalker here, Delian Fell.
Professor Delian Fell, a Witherbloom professor.
He's kind of got that
4
dark,
cost, 4
broody
abilities.
energy, a mysterious past. Can you trust him? Can
Comes
you
in with
not?
5.
I really like the Delian Fell card because it's kind of a return to Planeswalkers from when
and
we
it
first
immediately
started
makes an
designing
emblem.
them.
Planeswalkers are the most
or
powerful
not
beings
immediately,
in the
but you use it
multiverse.
once.
And so it's not often that you get to meet a brand new one.
I definitely recommend checking out our main set fiction
Seems
and
pretty
learning
good.
more about this brand new Planeswalker.
The slow lands are such great lands for Standard. I'm really happy to have them back. Standard cares a lot about what the untapped lands are in the format, and for diversity of gameplay, we try and vary it up over time. But the slow lands are really fun ones because they enter untapped as the game progresses
the art
instead
on
of as
these.
the game
It's pretty cool.
begins, which gives power to slower strategies and the game continuing. So really happy to get them back here and introduce them to Standard again.
Archaics are some of the main antagonists of the set.
I love the Archaics. I'm the kind of player where the bigger a creature is, the more exciting it is.
They are these huge, colorless creatures you'll find out in Arcavios that threaten the land. And they use the Converge mechanic and care about the colors of mana spent to cast it, and using as many different colors as possible to make them as powerful as possible.
Tyrius says, I wonder if they're going to prepare Black
Okay,
Lotus.
Daniel,
That would
they
be
tell
pretty
me that you
wild.
designed the commander decks. First of all, how many are there?
We got 5, one for each college of
Alright, so
Strixhaven.
5 commander
We wanted to
decks.
get that representation in there, each with the returning students that you know from original Strixhaven. Yeah, so these are the returning characters. The main set focuses on the new cast of characters, while these are the students you met the first time we were there, but now they're a bit older, they're a little mature in their life, they're doing their final theses, some are graduating, becoming planeswalkers, and traveling the multiverse. So these 5 decks, I really wanted to approach as if they're a full package story of that college. Yeah, when you pick it up, it's really themed. Like, you feel like you're on Strixhaven. Things coming back. We have the old commander deck, some cards from that, the old set of Strixhaven itself, and then obviously some main set cards even popped in the decks. Yeah, we got a few in there.
We also incorporated
That
the
is
school
true,
mascots
coaches.
into each of the decks. So the other commander that you'll find in there is themed one for each of the school. They're new designs for the mascots.
Yeah,
and
it
was
seems
really
like
fun to
no
create
learn, no
characters
magecraft
around
yet,
these
Food.
Sometimes very weird and very wonderful creatures.
And some of them are pretty animal-like. I hear there might even be an otter in one of them. So with Lorehold, for example, it's really nice to theme that deck to what Lorehold is actually doing in the story and their whole college about digging up history. So in Commander, it's about pitching to the graveyard. You're trying to get those big creatures into the graveyard, even small creatures for the white-based
I do
effects.
like
and
that
then
they
you reanimate
put,
them, get them out of the graveyard, and then
foil
Confortus is gonna
mythics
run
in
along
there
Spirit
for your
Twins as well. I was
commander.
really inspired by him because his original uncommon card was a really cool effect when something leaves the graveyard and make a 3/2 spirit. It was just kind of rated at a way that wasn't super desirable in Commander. So in the Planeswalker form, I gave him that same ability along with some other ways to fill up your graveyard. But the whole deck, it has a spirit theme as a sub-theme because you're going to make all these 3/2 spirits and then buff them up and just as an anthem, swarm your enemies. Silver Quill Influence. This deck is led by Killian, who people, when they built the uncommon version, I noticed
whenever an
online, were
enchantment you
building an
control
Auras
enters,
deck
tap
because the
one
original
target
Killian
creature and
would
goad it.
reduce the
Goad
cost of
is
spells
very
for target
strong in
creatures.
Commander
so I
chat.
thought, we could do that here, like an Aura of Influence. That's the creed of it. Silver Quill. They're a little pushy, they're like politicians, they have a lot of influence. So with his card, he is goading your opponent's creatures with those auras to attack each other. Don't come over here, attack them. And that's how he kind of wins the game. He sneaks in and gains benefit from them beating up each other. Prismari Artistry is a deck built around casting big spells with Rutha as its face. The bigger the spell, the bigger the elemental that comes in. Unlike normal blue-red decks, typically you're trying to build a draw engine, a little ping them down over time. I really want to emphasize the big matters here. If you cast a Blasphemous Act for 9 mana, you're going to get a 9/9 elemental that rushes in and beats the crap out of your opponents. With Witherbloom Pestilence, we had to lean back into the old theme of life gain at least a little to make some of the reprints work within the deck, but thankfully the whole deck is about sacrificing, and the best thing to sacrifice in Witherbloom are the pest tokens, which gain you life, therefore triggering Dina and all the other effects in the deck. So the idea of this deck is to build your army of little pest creatures that you don't super care about, they usually chump block, do whatever, but then you sacrifice
I think
them to
this might
power
be
up
the
your
deck I'm
spells
the
and
most
your
excited about here.
Contracts Unlimited is led by Zimone, who is all about big numbers. Her original card was mostly ramp and card draw. Here we wanted to make X spells matter. So the bigger the number of X, the bigger the reward, and she'll help you ramp out those effects by reducing the cost. And, you know, X really is the limit in the math school. You know, the bigger the spell, the faster your enemies fall. So there's a cycle of visiting professors here, all monocolor, and they're all casting a very well-known spell, infamous if you will, as their prepared spell. And my favorite of this cycle is Iganjo Dynastorian visiting from my favorite plane, Kamigawa. These professors are coming and teaching these spells. Replenish on this spell is a very famous commander card, and it's going to work in that deck because it's going to bring all your auras back. There's one more in each deck.
There you go, chat. Replenish.
One of them even lets you cast a spell that is not playable currently in Commander. When a player sits down with one of these decks, I really hope that they just have a good time with that college. Like, they get to see what that college is doing. They get to tell a story. You know, the best part about any Commander game is that each player gets to do their thing. And I think there's a lot of fun to be had with these decks.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome when people really resonate and feel like they've found a friend in our characters and, you know, want to build a Commander deck around them and are excited to see them again. So always want to reciprocate on that.
Sarah, I love magic art more than most things in the world.
Same.
Yeah, and I bet I could talk to you forever, but I'm just wondering what you'd like to show me from the set.
There are so many cool things in this set. Look at these super rad dual lands, these portal lands.
The borderless portal view lands are a really fun opportunity for us to again showcase magic that is unique to each of the schools.
Got some variants.
See beyond.
We're heading into the variant part of the stream here, chat. We've got Variants the Gathering going on.
Interesting dimensionality to show these two locations in one place. And we worked really hard to place the portals in the same place on each land with the same dimensions so that they felt really coherent across the set of 5 of them.
I really encourage fans to take a look through, see what you see on the other side, and maybe in a future set you'll see the completed cycle.
So we have some really beautiful shiny basic lands. These highlight students casting their magic in really distinctive styles.
The full art spellcraft lands. I am a real sucker for the mana symbols. I think the kind of dark silhouette in front looks so cool.
And we were really deliberate about the silhouette
Well,
styles,
Bob,
so
Replenish is a big card in
from, and they're casting magic, and it's taking the shape of the mana symbols.
It was a great opportunity for us to showcase the school's theme and their magic alongside this epic symbol that the students themselves were conjuring.
With extended art frames, it's a really interesting opportunity, even just extending the border of the art off the edge of the
Grave
card.
Researcher seems cool with the reanimate on it.
There's always this fun opportunity to see what little Easter eggs artists might stick into the edges of the art. They always know that a portion of it won't be necessarily seen in the standard art, and lots of artists like to take that as an opportunity to get like a little secret into the
I like more variants.
Maybe take a look at
I
those
tend to be a big fan of that.
So we also have some really cool field notes cards.
Okay.
It's kind of a sneaky way for us to get more than one individual piece of art on one card, right? So there's little vignettes.
It's been a treatment that we've done a handful of times now.
Field notes.
It just kind of makes sense. You know, field notes, they're on a field trip.
I really wanted to get that little idea of it being a student's notebook.
Improvisation
Maybe little sketches,
capstone.
Little pieces of ink splatter, depending on the school, little pieces of calligraphy.
So it's a really
Paradigm.
interesting, it's not just one picture, and there's color, and then there's no color. They usually look very hand-drawn, so there's like, you get a feeling of the hand of the artist behind it, which is a really
Chat,
fun.
have they told us what Paradigm is?
Snapshots of the students actually going out, exploring the real world, capturing their learnings on paper.
This one especially, because I mean, I've seen artist sketchbooks and this is how you learn anatomy. You have to paint someone in 15 different poses, you know, super cool.
We also have right in front of us some really beautiful borderless dragons.
Beautiful.
Look at these guys.
I really loved that we kind of got that old school sort of portraiture style with these and showed the dragons in just a very different light, very much being their most academic selves.
Oh, here we go.
Studious. Yeah. The Elder Dragons are, you know, scholars. They are the ones that founded their colleges, respectively, and so they're kind of a fun, rare, playful chance to see these dragons in slightly less draconic poses.
We
Very
normally
cool.
see them in their main set art and in other places just being cool, epic dragons, which is super fun. But the idea of putting them into these very refined academic settings and getting to showcase them with their quills or their instruments and their brushes was really just a fun reference to both the style of art you might expect to see in an academic setting with a little bit of playfulness to it.
The Borderless Planeswalker cards, they have this very like heavy kind of symbolic feel to
Dude, they
them.
did bring
And
back
behind
the
each professor is
textless
kind of their
look.
abstracted
Yes.
magic in a really kind of interesting way.
We wanted to evoke a similar feeling
Ral
on our
Hisser Veil
Borderless
2 comes in
Planeswalkers,
with
both
3.
for Ral and for Delian Fel. This allowed us to
I
create
mean, that
a little
Ral
bit more
does
of
look
like
pretty
an
good, guys.
illuminated manuscript version of those two characters to get a sense almost like you're reading about them in a textbook or
Flip 5
an
coins,
ancient
target opponent
scroll,
skips their
perhaps
next
sometime in the
X
future.
turns, Rex. Oh my gosh.
The Mystical Archive is back,
What?
still delivering on a lot of the same excitement.
Ooh,
New
Mystical
cast of
Archive, let's
spells
go.
that people will get to discover, but that treatment was so incredible that we knew we needed to go back and do it again.
It was really an opportunity for us to bring back something that was
I
one of my
love this
favorite parts
treatment.
about the original set. The art style is phenomenal, and it's such a beautiful,
Oh, disdainful
illuminated
stroke.
manuscript that really evokes this sense of grandeur and history and past. Also, that strange, magical, esoteric aspect to it.
And the story
right, show us
ties so
the
well
heat.
to the set because
Show us the
idea
heat.
behind the Mystical Archives cards is that you are seeing an illustration of the very first time this spell was cast. You know, you can picture yourself as a student in the Biblioplex doing your research and your due diligence and studying your spellcraft.
Nope.
and
Show us
looking
some
up, you know, the
mythics.
first time Force
Show
of
us-
Will was
show
cast.
us a mythic
Force of
one.
Will is a really
Oh!
beautiful card on the Mystical Archives.
Oh!
The artist is Rowena Kai. She has a really distinctive style. She tends to use that
Rowena
powdered
Kai
kind of, like,
art
slate neutral blue
on
in a lot of
Force.
her work, which fit really perfectly with that card composition.
Let's go.
I think that big black circle in the middle gives like a really beautiful stage to her illustration. If you see her work up close, the face of the figure is really beautifully detailed and has a lot of emotion.
For the rares and the mythics, we knew that we wanted to really reach and find some of the most iconic, some of the most powerful, dynamic, awesome spells.
Oh!
We
Who
wanted
wanted
to
it?
balance with the Mystical
Who
Archive
wanted it?
having references both to the plane itself and also to other places. So Vampiric Tutor, for example, we're showcasing a Silver Quill student. So
Highlander
perhaps This
hipster.
is a spell that maybe originated on Arcavios.
And so we really wanted to make sure we chose spells that were
Smallpox.
even more iconic for Magic's history and illustrate them in our beautiful illuminated manuscript.
Oh,
art
man,
style.
and I
wanted
bet
the
that's
feeling
not
to be
even
as
all
you're
the heat.
opening up a book and you're
I bet
flipping
there's
through
more
the
heat.
tomes of Magic history, that you see these iconic spells like Force of Will and Vampiric Tutor, and they're kind of jumping off the page and coming to life for you.
These Mystical Archive cards are so cool.
Yeah.
Look at the smallpox.
I know. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
I do love
'Cause you
that
have
smallpox
this, like,
as
figure
well.
That's like completely dimensional, and you can see his claws and see his hands, and then over top of it you have these like circles, which aren't kind of anything real necessarily, but like lend this kind of symbology to
Highlander
it, which
hipster,
makes
you
it
never
feel like
know.
it has even more meaning.
Sure.
So we have the whole Mystical Archives bonus sheet, and then we have a Japanese version, which is like goes even deeper.
Sure. Wow.
That would have particularly
Highlander
been the
hipster,
version
you
of
never know.
Smallpox, and we really get to play with artists and their unique style. So this is an artist that draws everything that is cats, and so it's really, really fun to just kind of send them a concept and know that I'm gonna get back some sort of cat.
Yeah, she got a very similar art description from this card, but she draws cats. That's
Totally
what she
different.
get.
And
I
are
like
all
the
the
cat.
artists that work on the Japanese Mystical Archive Japanese?
Yeah, we
Ooh,
have
baby.
an art director actually in Tokyo who works with us all the time, Yuki Koizumi. He's a total rock star. And we also worked with a Japanese agency called
Yeah,
Kogodo.
get your collector
They help us out a
boxes
lot.
now, that's
We're
right.
experts, yeah.
Are you a cat person, Daniel?
I'm more of a dog person, but this art is pretty sweet.
I'm a smallpox person.
Yeah, these are righteous. It's immediately evocative.
I'm
like
a
these are obviously
smallpox
part of
person.
the Japanese tradition, especially some of these.
We also have a third style there, so
Okay.
it's the Japanese Mystical Archive, but with a special foil treatment over the top.
So this is actually our Silver Scroll foil. It's actually a brand new Eclipse treatment, different than the previous foil etch treatment that you saw.
All right,
in
so the
Magic
silver,
Strixhaven.
this
It's a little
foil
bit
is
reminiscent of
badass.
the gilded frames that we saw in Streets of New Capenna, but these are especially gorgeous.
There are 10
They-
Borderless special guest cards in the set. This was kind of a meta idea that we had. So each of these special
Oh,
guest
here we go,
cards,
special
we have a
guest.
professor teaching their students, and they are casting a lesson in magic. And the idea was that the magic that they're casting is visually represented in the style of the Mystical Archive lives.
So for example, with Sylvan Library, we see a Witherbloom professor teaching these students in the midst of a much more outdoorsy academic setting.
Thank you all
you
again
might
for
expect
hanging
to
out
see,
today.
but
If you
that
are
really
enjoying the stream,
conveys
please
both
click
the thing that
like.
the students are learning about,
And
as
if you
well as
if
the
you think
type
you're
of
going to be
school
back
that
in the
they're
future,
part of.
please subscribe. It goes a long way.
Thank you all so
It
much
does a
for
lot for
joining
the
me. I
channel
learned
with
a
just the
ton.
click of a
We
little
made a
button,
great mess
baby.
of the table in the best
Click
way
a button
possible,
for me,
but yeah,
baby.
this was a delight to speak with
Go
all
down
of
there,
you.
click any
You're
buttons.
so knowledgeable about what you do.
Well, we've been to university.
True, yeah.
A very specific one, which you will all be able to join us at soon.
NK Ling, I think that would probably be the way to go. You're talking about in just regular
So that's it for
play
our debut.
packs?
We saw
I think so.
many cool cards today. The Emeritus Cycle, the Elder Dragons, the Mystical Archive, and especially those Japanese silver scroll foils. I mean, they're so sleek. Those accents really pop in
Yeah,
person.
the set has
What
some
basic
really
lands.
good
I mean,
stuff.
There's so many cool cards. So let's get to our local game stores for pre-release. on
Paige,
April
hello.
17th. The set releases on Arena on April 21st.
So chat, don't go
and the
anywhere.
full
We're going to go
release is
back and we're going to look at
everywhere
some
on April
cards.
24th.
We're going to go back. We're going to do a
Thank
little
you so
look
much
through.
for joining me. We caught just a glimpse of this place, but there is still so much left to be discovered. And I'll leave that to you. Goodbye.
See you later. All right. So, lots of stuff there. That's going to be the end of that stream. However, we can very easily go scrub through, talk about some of the cards, which I very much want to do. And if we get more spoilers, we're going to take a look at that stuff as it pops up. Early on, someone was saying, I hope we get Vamp Tutor. We ended up getting Vamp Tutor. Thank you for hitting subscribe. Yeah, give me just a moment, and we're going to come back and we're going to look at some of these cards here. Oh, hey, thank you, Jungle Rumbler. Did just subscribe. Appreciate you very much. I do not know if they announced ambassadors or if that's going to be in a different spot. Typically, here, let me go back to my face here just for a moment. Chat, we are not wrapping up the stream. We still have some stuff we're going to go over. If you'll just give me a momentito here. Just a little moment. I want to check and see if they are still doing... No, they are not live.
Mystical University known to...
Yeah, stream is currently done.
What are they up to now?
I think a lot...
But we are going to give it just a second here. Because oftentimes they will have another stream going. If you find a stream, please let me know. And we'll go over to it. But for now, I do want to look over some of the cards that they recently just spoiled. So give me just a moment here. We're going to start with Ral Zarek. They are still live? Well, where are they live? On WeeklyMTG. Okay, so they do it in two
And we all know
different...
Ralph, the
They do it in two different spots. Got it. They're like, okay, we're going to do this here, and then we're going to go over to another spot. All right, so give me just a second, chat. So they're live on WeeklyMTG. I don't see anything live on the Magic the Gathering spot right now. I don't see any live stream on MTG Live. When I click on Magic the Gathering, there's nothing going. So is it on Twitch? What is it saying? Commercial break in progress? Give us just a second here, chat.
always free to enjoy their dreams. Bundle life and save up to 43% on home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
DJ, we're leaving.
There's my own spice in there.
Well, I was watching that other thing on YouTube. I was watching the first thing on YouTube.
I'll never see you again.
So what I had to do was switch over to Twitch.
Not you.
We're going to see a little bit more about that, but Silverquill really enjoys targeting creatures with spells.
God, I hate the ads over on Twitch.
Very good at doing that, and wants to
Like, we
play
have an
with
account and
extra
everything.
creatures.
I don't know why they do this to us.
But we definitely were exploring a range, you know. We really had a lot of fun with returning spells, existing magic spells being on cards, and we were actually pretty excited to get to put those on a range of rarities. Commons, uncommons, and high rarity stuff.
There we go.
I
We're
remember
back.
being really delighted during some of our early play testing when we were looking at some of the prepared spells and I'd be like, hey, I remember that spell. And now my creature gets to cast it as well as I do.
Yeah. There's going to be some deep cuts on these spells too. Like some of them, Ancestral Recall, not a deep cut, but some of these I love going
Deep
along
cuts.
Oh yeah, that was like a common trick back in the day that we all remember. All right, let's speaking of remembering things from the past, that's my fantastic transition into Kirill history buff. So we have another prepare vampire cleric here who's packing a bit of.
I'm gonna get myself just a little bit to drink here. I'll be right back.
Kirill is doing a little bit of everything, but really they are speaking to the Lorehold theme, which is whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard. And so you are trying to dig up the past with their archaeomancy. And a really easy way to get things to leave your graveyard is with the flashback mechanic like we had seen, but there are a lot of bespoke ways and tricks to do it. And so Kirill is a really nice payoff, caring about things leaving your graveyard, and they're able to mill a card to get a little more extra juice.
Okay, get something in there that could later pop out.
Exactly.
All right. Athena, do you have a favorite of the students?
I don't know. Perhaps your next one.
Okay. Lewin, exchange student, is our next student with Prepare. An elf druid that can cast Pest Friend, which is a great name for a spell. Reggie, walk us through this one.
This is a kind of cool one. So Lewin enters prepared, so you can just cast Pest Friend right away, which is pretty nice.
Bill.
And then
No.
it actually has an activated ability to prepare itself, which I think is one of the few cards that works like this.
He doesn't want to be
so
held.
it kind of works a little bit like a
All right, so we're getting more.
soil sort of a card where you get to pay a mana to exile something from your graveyard to make that creature token, in this case a pest.
All right,
And
chat,
so
we're still hanging out.
Like, is a little cheaty because it looks like there's no mana gate. Oh, it's crazy, but you're actually, to get the most value out of it, you need to keep casting Pest Friend.
This
paying that
ad
one. This
is
also a
so
good chance to show
intrusive.
off that our tokens have changed a little bit. So pests are obviously returning, and we knew and loved
What is the
them,
point of
but
us
in
being
the original
subscribed
Strixhaven
on
School of
Twitch
Mages,
if we
they
still have to
died
watch this
gain
ad?
one life.
Yeah.
Here, they're a little more aggressive. They want to attack to gain the life. They're still often
still
going to
might
die,
die, yeah.
but, you know, who could block that pest? It's so cute. Come on. But, yeah, they play a little differently and more of kind of a token swarm aggro.
It
to
really
fight the
is.
infusion.
I was loving watching on YouTube.
Early on in our concept push, we had our artists kind of sit down and come up with a lot of different concepts for what pests might look like, what are new and improved
Yeah,
pests.
I mean,
and this pest pug was one of
food
them,
time.
So I'm really happy
Yes,
that we were able to
yeah, that is. It is funny though how the ad is like, hey, but that Mario movie though that you're excited to go see.
I do.
It is-
So
I mean, the ad did what it was supposed to do.
But you know, this one has this one enters prepared. It has that activated ability. When you were figuring out how
are we
these
not?
prepared
Well,
creatures become prepared,
okay, that
was there a
makes more
place you
sense.
Started, or was it just tweaking and seeing what felt right for the card?
Yeah, I mean, I think what you'll see the most, especially at low rarities, are things that enter prepared and then, you know, have medium to expensive spells that they're casting. And then they play a little more like mechanics that we've seen, you know, kind of like a monstrosity or an exhaust ability. But we really enjoyed, and I think playtesters really resonated with.
Dude,
ones
NK,
that can re-prepare
dude,
themselves and
Netflix
cast that spell
is
multiple
like,
times
with
over and
ads,
have
it's
more of a
almost
green one, so
unwatchable,
we were
dude.
always looking for conditions
Like,
that
I'll
would
get
make that make
6
sense.
ads on a Netflix show that's like 40
Well, let's
minutes.
see our
And I'm
next
like,
student
the ad
here.
will be like in a
Sonar
moment where it's like high
genius.
tension, and it'll be
He's
like,
able to
hold
cast
on,
wild idea,
let me
create
tell
treasure
you about
tokens. A lot of things going on.
fucking, I don't
This
even
one's
know.
maybe my favorite of the
I don't even
cycle.
know,
I like
but
Sonar.
yes, I'm right there with you.
Kind of doing a little bit of
Has someone
everything
clipped
you
all
want
the
in your
spoilers?
Opus
Well, you
decks.
can scrub
What
through the
Grid Mono
stream.
about.
I
So
wrote
Opus
some
cares
notes
about
down,
casting
like
instants and sorceries with
the
mana
full
value
dragon
5 or
cycle
greater, or spend 5
in the full mythic
And
dragon cycle
Sonar
in
comes
full
prepared
art
and
has
has
been
a 5 mana
spoiled.
instant and sorcery
They showed off
right there.
Force of Will and
And
Vamp Tutor in the
often
Mystical
going to be able to let you
Archive,
find another
which
5
are
mana
a couple
instant
of the
and
big
sorcery,
hits.
So you can really just keep the Opus flowing, and it's kind of functioning a little bit like a mana dork for spells, which we see a bunch, but it's a little more open-ended and powerful than that, getting to create treasures.
Grave
and
Research.
banking
The
for
Portal
later.
lands have all been
It's pretty
spoiled.
fun.
Yeah, I think one of the things that's really exciting about preparing
The mascot cycle.
new mechanic, there's this tension between, do you want to keep things simple and
Yeah,
really
you'll
easy
just wanna
for
scrub
new
through and
players
look.
to grok and understand, or do you want to introduce a little bit more complexity, which also allows for a little bit more flexibility? And I think here we erred on the side of allowing that flexibility, and it really allows each of these.
So right now, chat,
but you can
they
vary
have
tell a
shown
story
us
about what
a
each
stream where we
involves,
got
about
to
what
see a
they're trying to
first
do,
look
what
at
each
some
specific
of the powerful stuff, some of the mechanics,
leads
some
us
of the
to
good
our
Strixhaven,
final
like
student
Mystical
here.
Archive
This is
stuff,
what nostalgia's all
and
about.
now
We've
they're
got
showing us
Cam,
some of like the
Observant
lower end
Sequencer.
like uncommons and commons
one's my
that
favorite 'cause it
weren't
says draw
important
card,
enough to
but,
make the promo video.
yeah, so
But now they're
Landfall
discussing new
becoming
stuff on
prepared
Weekly
for
MTG, so that's where we're
Yeah,
at right
you
now.
know, just again,
But
thinking
after
about
these all
conditions
wrap
that
up,
would
we're going to
make
go
sense
through and
to
give our
allow
takes on the cards
things
as
to
well. So
re-prepare
if you want to just put the
themselves and
stream
be a
on in
little
the
more
background and
open-ended
hang
in their
out, we're going to be here for a
little
minute.
like
I'm just going to sit in my
Loon,
juice
where,
box.
it reads crazy, but unlike a lot of landfall abilities, this one kind of moderates itself.
Oh, yeah.
Because you need to spend that mana and kind of weave it in. But if you can figure out the sequencing, which is kind of what Increment and
Simple
Quandrix is all
truth.
about, it
Fruit
can
and
be really
veggie.
powerful.
Chat
Strawberry
even said
and
first
kale.
Fair landfall cards. There you go. Good work. All right. Now our final card is a.
Do these
our
characters
final
from
card.
Charisma
God,
Tanuki
no,
appeal
no.
to you?
Our final card in the prepared
Consider checking out this
section,
ad.
Gets a bit more at what I was talking about with making things prepared in other ways, Reggie.
Right, so like I was saying, we have a lot of these creatures at low rarity that just enter prepared once. And so, you know, they enter prepared, you cast their spell, and then they're just a creature. But we wanted to kind of play around with it, and there are a couple of different ways that you can.
So if you're in a
re-prepare
2-color
things
deck
deliberately, in this
that
case
cares
from the
about
land
prepared
rule,
spells, you will probably want this
pretty
land.
sweet.
In
You can
2-color
also,
decks,
you know,
especially
try
when
to
I'm
cheat
playing
it out. Some
Commander,
creatures
I like to have
have
lots of
really
utility
expensive,
utility
questy
lands.
ways to
The
prepare
Skycoach
themselves,
Waypoint,
and
being
you
able
can
to
instead
prepare
try
a
to,
creature that's already
the
used its prepared ability,
Yeah, and
this
art
card is really
absolutely
good.
gorgeous. I know one of the things that we talked about in our debut
And I do
video
love the art
was
on
about
it
how we
as
wanted
well.
to expand the lens outside of just the campus itself. And so here you get to see one of the Owlin villages that exists outside the campus. You can see our little sky coach in the distance where we talked about how do these students get from the field location.
Yeah,
to the
I can
location.
see that,
It really-
Food.
really builds the story of what's happening on Arcadia. So
Ads will continue until morale
I also
improves.
love
That's
the
right.
flavor text on this. It's making a creature become prepared. And do you have all your books, your stylus, your extra uniform?
And your lucky
how,
scarf.
So Reggie, how many effects like this are we going to see in the set where something
Bring back
external makes a
rooms.
creature prepared?
You know,
there might
Priscilla,
only
I
be
think that's an interesting take because
just
this would have
a
seemed
light
like a
sampling,
good
mostly for
time to
draft.
bring back rooms, doesn't it?
Makes sense. All right, let's move on to our next section of previews. We're going to continue talking
The
about
eclectic
mechanics
beard,
here.
what's up, says so you can
And we're
have
gonna
a
start with
big
flashback. This is
so
a
you can have a
pretty
big that
simple
comes in
flashback
prepared,
spell, Reggie,
use
but,
that spell,
I also
then
think
use the
probably
land to
one fairly
reload it, and the land
Yeah,
is an uncommon. Yeah, I mean the land is very niche, right? It only taps for a colorless by
There's a
itself,
reason we go to
and then
that
it has a
well
very niche
time and
ability
time
that you
again
have to
as, you know,
sink
a
mana
deciduous
into in order to
sampling,
prepare
or
the
in this
creature.
case, as a
And then
more
keep in
robust
mind the
mechanic in
prepared
the set
ability
proper.
has its own mana cost
We
as
really
well.
enjoy
So it's
how
probably
it
appropriately
plays and
costed.
ties in
Yeah.
with both
But yeah, you could have a
Instants and
big
sorceries
creature
matter
that comes in
broadly. It is
prepared.
2 instants
You
and
use that
sorceries to
prepared
cast.
spell.
When you
Like, for
care about
example, the
that,
blue
things can
Emeritus,
leave
right?
your graveyard
Enters
for
as a
Warhold
5/5,
synergies. When you care
or you're
about
paying
that,
6.
we got to play around, not on
You're
this one
getting
in particular,
5 power in the air,
having
or
expensive
whatever it is,
flashback
and then you
costs
have
as a
to
cool
pay
way
for
to
the
be able to
ancestral
enable
recall
Opus,
part of the
which we
card.
really enjoyed, and so it can just do it all.
And then
In
it's
this case,
unprepared, so then you
like
need
the
to do
play
something
of,
to prepare it again.
you know,
I think the
casting
easiest
both
way to do it
halves in
was
the
what
same
Food Time was
turn
saying. You
is
just
pretty
blink or
powerful.
flicker,
Sometimes you can double up
or
to
you
try
can
to deal
use
2
that
damage
land
to the
that
same
prepares
creature.
it,
Sometimes you
or
want
you
to
can
make 2 different
fulfill
things
some
unable to
sort of
block,
ability on
or
the
maybe
card
you
that
wanna
makes
keep
it
up and
prepared
leave the
again.
threat there. Make them scared to play a 1 toughness creature, or worry that you're going to get in a good attack when they can't block.
Yeah. Athena, you've been playing for a while with Flashback. What's your experience with Flashback in this set?
It's really fun. It's really powerful. It feels like something that
Yeah,
feels
bringing
fresh
back
and relevant,
Flashback was cool.
but
I
also
like
really
that they did
truly
that.
Unique to what Lorehold is trying to do. So I think it's a really good marriage here between an existing mechanic that now gets new life in a new set.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at a new mechanic that has some roots in older mechanics, but increment here, seen on Berto, Wise Extrapolator. All right, Reggie, walk us through what's going on with increment.
So, increment looks a little similar to Evolve, which we've seen before.
So we have a Frog Druid here. Oh, did we lose? Did we lose volume, chat? Did we lose internet? Oh. Muted. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought happened. So it's not us, it's chat.
Hi, I think we're back. Hopefully
Okay.
chat, well, there we go. Great. Let's keep talking about this Frog Druid, Reggie. Go ahead.
You still
Let's
hear
hear
me?
from you.
Okay,
Let's-
thank you,
let's,
Priscilla.
tell us about
There's a
increment.
ton of uncommons
So, increment
that
cares
in
about
other
how much
sets
mana you spend
read
on spells,
the way
and
rares
so
in
you
other
want
sets
to
have
try
read
to sequence
ability-wise.
things
Yeah, I
and
could see that.
maximize the amount of counters you're putting on your creatures. So, cares about if the amount of mana you spent is greater than the creature's power or toughness. So for Berta, 1 power means that's usually the number you're going to be looking at.
Yep.
And
Bill,
so
come
you want to
cuddle
try to
with me.
sequence things really massively.
Oh, the cats are grooming.
I really want to cast a 2 mana spell, and then I really want to spend 3 mana on a spell, and 4 mana on a spell, and so on and so forth.
1 second.
And all the while, Berta is kind of helping me do that sequencing by adding a little mana, giving me a mana sink.
Grooming each other.
And shows the fractals that are returning. We really care a lot about X and +1/+1 counters here.
We'll go back over.
Athena, Chad is particularly into the frogs these days.
Oh, yeah. Who isn't?
Who isn't?
Chad is
We've seen a lot
into the
of
frogs.
frogs, especially since Bloomborough. How much of that connective tissue are you all purposely seeding throughout the sets?
I would say more than you think. Typically, it's either someone on the design team's a really big fan, or just thinking in general about the people. People want frogs, so they must give them
People
frogs.
clearly want frogs.
The reanimate
And
one
so we try to have
is
that connective
pretty
tissue through,
cool.
so if someone is a frog fan, that they're
There
continually
are
getting
likely
excited
a
about frogs, and
lot
perhaps
that
even
we
that
have
you can
not
make a frog
seen.
standard deck, to really make
And
that
keep in
thing. And I
mind,
know
people
in
have
general,
preview cards
for
and
this
stuff
set,
like
I'm
that,
looking
so
at
there's
this
going to
fractal,
be
this cute little snail
many
here.
more very cool
we were always
cards
trying to
that
push
they
it and
are
say, how
going
can we
to
make things
be
even more charming? How can we make things even
releasing
more fun? What fun
that we're going to
creature types
review.
can we do?
look
What
at them
fun
back there.
iconography can we do with
They're
these
still
different
on
fractal
Berta.
and different
Hold on.
mascot images to really make sure that every single card tells its own story.
Look, he's
and has its own
grooming her.
message and has its
They're
own
being
homely
sweet.
person who's really going to love it.
Yeah. All right, next up, we've talked around Opus a little bit, but let's actually talk about Opus
Okay.
and this
Molten
adorable
Core
goblin
Maestro.
card here.
1 mana red for
Reggie,
2/2 menace.
What is Opus, and what are we looking at here?
So, Prismari
Okay.
cares about
This card is
casting
definitely an
instants and
engine.
sorceries in
This
general.
looks like a
So
card
does
that will
Molten Core
do
Maestro
things
here.
in
Whenever you
standard.
cast instant and sorcery, you just get a
This gives me
+1/+1
standard
counter, full
vibes.
stop. Doesn't matter what happened.
Okay.
Doesn't matter what happened.
Okay.
But if you spend 5 or more mana on that spell through whatever means, kickers, flashback, just casting a 5 mana spell, then you
Noon
get
Daylight
an extra goodie on
says
top.
good morning.
And all
It's
of
so
the
nice
Opus
to see
cards
you.
are
Thank you for
structured this way,
popping
where
in.
They do one base case, and then they do something
I heard Molten Core.
the full effect. In this case.
Is the base case
Looking for
always a
20
plus
more?
plus one counter, or is it just
No,
something
it's bespoke.
small? Okay,
Yeah, exactly. It's just a reward.
20
kind of
man?
like a Magecraft reward.
Yeah.
sure. Okay. Yeah, Athena, your thoughts on the Goblin Bard here?
I'm a little horrified to think about what exactly is happening in this artwork combined with the flavor text.
There's so many colors.
So many colors, so much danger, so much fun.
Oh.
All right, next up is Infusion, the Witherbloom mechanic. And this just cares about if you gained life.
Molten
but
Core
it
Maestro
is-
looks pretty good.
This spell in particular is fairly powerful.
Do you really
Let's
think it'll
see,
be
Withering
banned?
Curse.
Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell.
There it is.
Oh, chat.
People have already seen a little bit of the Lumerets, these cute frog spirits that have appeared on a variety of cards and are just real cuties. They're powerful magic users, as we've seen.
Chat,
Once
this
they
is a
gain
pretty
life,
good
once they,
mythic right
you know,
here
grow
that
in
they're
multiples, like
debuting.
the flavor text says, gather to eliminate larger threats, and they're doing that here. You can get yourself, a 3-mana damnation if you work for it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
one thing
3
that
mana
I wasn't really
damnation.
aware of
If
until I
you were
started
in a
working on
life
Magic
gain
Sense is how
type
much
deck.
time and effort
Whoa,
it goes
hold
into
on,
making
everybody.
sure when you
We
see
got
a
an
card,
ad.
You immediately know what plane it's from, what set is it associated with, and so you're always
We have an
looking for
ad.
different signals. For example, with Strixhaven, you'll see
Do
a
you
lot
want to
of
get
Sky
ripped
Archers,
while you're
where
sitting
you can
playing
look
your
once you see
video
that
game?
motif. And so Lumerets were one of the
Check
things
out
that we
this
wanted to
ad.
bring forward to make it feel like we're building out Arcavios. You're learning more about the story. You're learning about the fauna that's kind of growing there. And these little dudes are just so
No, but
charming
for
that
real,
once you see
Withering
one, you're
Curse, this
like,
card looks
I
good.
love Lumerets. I want a bunch more Lumerets.
If you're in
What
life
can I do
gain,
with
it
them?
seems like having
Chat
a
beat me to it, but I'm already like in my
3-cost
head.
board
Okay,
wipe.
So cornucopia. I forget what.
Pretty
the,
good.
The green cornucopia.
Oh, yeah.
When you cast a spell, you gain life equal
Parker
to
Green Hill.
number of colors.
Hello,
So
I'm new
just
to
need one
Magic,
here.
but want to play with a couple of my friends when the set is released. Would you recommend buying the Draft Night box?
This is
Sorry,
gonna be a
just
pretty
not
good
sure
player.
what to commit to.
All right,
Parker, you're in the right
next,
place, my
let's
friend.
Move on to
we
best
cover all
named
sorts of stuff like that
mechanics
over
at
here.
Rep RT.
So
We
what
saw
you're
this one
probably
in the
looking
debut,
for,
but, Reggie, walk us
it
through what Rep
depends.
RT is.
Do you
So
want to
Repartee
play
cares about
the
when
draft
you cast instants
experience?
and
Do you
sorceries
guys
that
like playing
target
games
a
like
creature.
Seven
So that
Wonders
can be
or
your
like
creature, that
any
can
sort
be
of board
their
games like that, like
creatures,
Dominion?
And
It's
really kind of open-ended.
then
so
yes,
a little bit
Draft
of
Night is good for you
heroic
because you could
meets
play Magic
crimes,
Draft,
Valiant,
or
a little bit of
you could go
everything
with
in there.
pre-con
And
decks,
so,
and you could each
yeah,
get a
you really
pre-con,
want to be
and you could learn
playing kind of
Commander
a lean,
together. So it
aggressive
really has to do
creature-based
with like
strategy,
what
and
type
then
of
kind of your choice. Are you
experience
backing
you're
it up
looking to
with pump
have.
spells,
I'm
removal
happy to talk to you
spells, a
more
mix
about
of
it though.
both. It's very white-black in how it's doing it, but still caring about those instants and sorceries at the root of it.
When you
I
cast an
really
instant or
just love
sorcery spell
looking
that
at this
targets a
art. You can
creature,
kind of see all the
it's
work
cool,
that's been
chat, that
effort
we've got
going into
Core
making
coming
sure
back as well.
that each of the different magical styles for each of the different colleges has its own visual motif. So here you can see kind of that spell calligraphy where it looks like the spell itself are words being cast.
Yeah.
And especially even when we talk about like different wands and stylists or different ways that people are casting magic here, it looks like an ink nib where you kind of have that calligraphy and the feather at the end.
Now this to me, so that casting costs white, black, black. That looks to me like this. Is this a cycle?
This is not a cycle.
This is not a cycle. This is just a cool card that looks like this.
Mana symbols look pretty sweet.
They do look pretty sweet, yeah. All right, now people are going to ask for it to be a cycle over the next time we go to Strixhaven. All right, last named mechanic here. We're
Right,
gonna look
exactly,
at
Food.
Paradigm.
Okay,
And
we're
we
talking
have
about Paradigm here.
Capstone. We saw this one in the debut, but Paradigm is a pretty cool mechanic.
Pretty epic?
Pretty epic mechanic. Maybe even better than epic.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is something that we always enjoy doing a little bit of, is thinking about ways to recontextualize or fix old Magic mechanics that, had their core in a really awesome idea, but missed a little on the execution. And so in this case, we were thinking about ways to make awesome over-the-top instants and sorcery.
All right, so I'm going to pause this for a second, and we're going to read this card. I want you guys to kind of understand this. So for 5 and 2 red, we're casting a sorcery. Exile cards from the top of your library until you exile cards with total mana value 4 or greater. You may cast any number of spells from among them without paying their mana cost. Okay, so when you cast this, like say you hit a 3-cost mana rock and then you hit a Blight Steel Colossus, right? That's 4 or greater. So it's like you might hit a small spell, but then you're going to hit something big on top of that. Or if you have like a Sensei's Divining Top, you can really go crazy with this card. But then the paradigm part of this, which is pretty wild, whenever then exile this spell. After you first resolve a spell with this name, meaning if you cast the first one and you do it again, you're not going to get a second paradigm. It's just the first time you resolve a spell with this name, you may cast a copy of it from exile without paying its mana cost at the beginning of each of your first main phases. So once you resolve this big mana spell for 7, you are going to have insane velocity and card advantage for the rest of the game. This thing is nutty. Absolutely. Jake, get ad blockers. Corey G, I know. Yes, I know. I get the ads.
Both cards that were themed by professors teaching a guest lesson. So things you can see here, Necromancer or Murmuring Mystic. But then also we had a little subtext.
We have some special guest cards here. Dualcaster.
Book theme. So we got
Library of Lang
from original Strixhaven, as well as Library of Lang and Make Us a Library, as well as our
Cody
previewed in our debut Sylvan Library, my personal favorite.
Well, and I love a whole new generation's going to learn all about Cody
Murmuring Mystic,
Library of Lang. Yeah, we saw a lot of thoughts on Library of Lang with the with Lorehold, the dragon. You could hypothetically do that in Limited.
That's true.
That is hypothetically a thing you could do. The first one to do it, please tag me. I would love to know. All right, where, Athena, can you get special guests?
So you can get these.
So Parker, the Draft Night is also built for 4 players. So what it is each of you will get 3 packs. You will build a 40-card deck. It comes with lands, and whoever wins will get the collector pack that's in the Draft Night. So both of them are going to be 4-player things. But because you have 5 Strixhaven Commander decks, each of you could pick a school, and you could be like, all right, I'm going to run the Prismari one, or I'm going to run the Lorehold one, and so on.
Has evolved over the years, so you can really see the growth when you hold them next to each other of what Magic kind of looked like 30 years ago compared to Magic now.
And you could do the pick 2 draft,
really fun about this is
which is how
I believe it's our retro
that
borderless frame.
Draft Night is
make
designed.
A brand new frame for this because none of our previous retro frames work. So it's retro stylings where we could put that beautiful serialization on it.
Yeah, for those of us who are older, it kind of reminds me of the Players Reward Tidings.
Yeah, everybody, these will remind you of the player reward cards.
It's always fun when you're going throughout Magic's history. I know one of the things we pulled up is some of the old
textless reward cards.
All right, so there are
stuff
a bunch
like
of
Sign in
different
Blood
versions of Emeritus of Ideation. So let's
kind of
pull
show you what I'm
those
talking
all
about
up.
here.
Next slide. There we go. Okay, so Athena, where can you find each of these different versions?
So your main set, you'll be able to find in Play Boosters, and then your extended frame and headliner will be Collector Booster exclusives.
Very cool. And Reggie, is this part of a cycle?
This is part of a cycle. So there are 5 emerituses, sure. Across the 5 colors, like the paradigms that are each representing a school, and they are all preparing powerful alpha spells.
Alpha spells. So it's not all like no one's casting Healing Salve on one of these, right?
Gonna nip it in the bud. Yeah, nobody's casting Healing Salve. Decided that wasn't
That wasn't gonna do it, you don't think? No?
I don't think so. I mean, the door's open. We could do it again now.
Maybe someday.
You tell us you like prepared.
All right. All right, let's take a look at another treatment that we saw in the debut. So these are our borderless cards. So this is Professor Delian Fell. Athena, tell us a little bit about the borderless treatment.
Yeah, this is just a gorgeous treatment. Very stylish, reminiscent.
Right now, Scryfall is taking a dump, so we're gonna have to go back on Scryfall later. I wanted to show you the reward cards that we're talking about from back in the day, so that you could kind of fill in the blank on that.
In person, where it just kind of glints off the card. It's always fun to be able to do. Introduce a new planeswalker. You kind of get to know a little bit more about them, the story that they're telling, and this is going to be the first ever showing of their card, so it's going to become iconic in the future.
Well, and I want to, Reggie, I want to stick on this card for a moment because we haven't gotten to talk about any.
Dion, you
on this
absolutely
show
can go
yet.
watch
But
this
both of
free
the
from my
planeswalkers in this
commentary.
set have 4 abilities, which is a little unique. How did you all land on that?
You can
We've
absolutely
been
go
experimenting
watch
with
it wherever you want.
Planeswalkers a bunch in Standard over the past couple of years.
But over here, I
After
do like to kind of
we
give takes
desparked a lot of
as
Planeswalkers in March of the
I've been
Machine,
playing for a
we were
long time,
intentionally
so I like
pulling
to
back a
kind of
little
talk
bit
about the
and
cards.
doing less Planeswalkers in our sets. Usually it was
Actually,
like about
we'll just
one
remove
Planeswalker
you.
per.
I'm just going to mute you.
And a lot of them were pretty novel designs. We were experimenting and enjoying a lot of the design space of static
get you outta
abilities on
here.
Planeswalkers and making them
See
a
you
little
later,
more
buddy.
abstract build-arounds. And we think that there's still a time and a place for those, but we were also excited to get back and introduce a few more Planeswalkers into the environment because we felt like we were missing a little bit of that in Standard. And we were excited to have a starting point of, actually these Planeswalkers don't have statics. These are just really powerful, straightforward Planeswalkers that, you know, the power is in their modality and their effects.
Yeah.
And it just ended up workshopping that they ended up with 4 abilities, and I think they play fairly differently, but they're pretty sweet. This one's pretty good with Healing Salve. So
This one actually casts a version of Healing Salve. It's probably better with that 3-mana Wrath. Maybe. And then we also have borderless versions of the dragons. So let's see. There's Prismari, the Inspiration.
Yeah, so they
first
showed
let's
us
talk about
these
the
as well.
treatment, Athena, and then we'll go talk about the dragons.
Ward
Yeah,
Pay
so
5
we've
Life is
done-
pretty
when we were
good.
working on this set, I was also working on Tarkir Dragonstorm. And, you know, just dragons were on our mind. We're always thinking about, like, what are cool treatments that we can do with dragons after doing a full set of cool treatments of dragons. And so here we wanted to kind of lean into the whimsy. Often when you see elder dragons, they're seen as, like, really regal and badass poses where they're flying or swooping. And here instead we wanted to say, hey, what if we showed them kind of in their natural environments as teachers, as founders of these different colleges? So here you see Prismari with this colorful palette kind of illustrating and drawing things, but you still get that beautiful borderless full art frame.
Yeah. All right, now let's talk, Reggie, about the design of the Elder Dragons. So they all have some version of instant or sorcery spells you cast, have some ability.
Yeah.
How did you land on that as the motif for these 5?
Yeah, there you go,
relatedly,
Priscilla.
Tarkir Dragonstorm. We had been doing a lot of dragons in the environment, you know, in our Standard block, and we were looking for ways to set these dragons apart, both from their original versions, you know, the Elder Dragons from Strixhaven School of Mages, which are pretty awesome, and from just all the other dragons in the environment. And so we were thinking about ways to make them stand out, and we liked hooking into the instants and sorceries.
Bakal, I believe it is.
These are, you know,
one
scholars,
card
they're
is
elder dragons
serialized
that founded
in
their
500
colleges.
copies of the one
And
card.
We ended up, you know, running with this instants and sorcery spells have returning abilities, and we're kind of gritting it out.
Yeah,
workshopping
Adam, I
where
have to
things
agree
could
with you.
go, What made sense? A lot of them changed a lot of times, but Storm did stick for quite a while just because it's Storm.
It's Storm. I mean, it's a wild line of text.
I mean, if you want in this set, you could cast an Ancestral Recall with Storm. Where else can you do that?
That is pretty wild.
Canadian Highlander. There's my one plug.
Oh, Canlander getting in
We
there.
did see questions in chat about, I believe it was Lorehold that gave Cascade.
Quandrix gives
Cascade. Okay, Quandrix gives that's right. Lorehold gives Miracle. So Quandrix gives Cascade. We recently, semi-recently, introduced Discover as an updated version of Cascade. Why did you go with Cascade instead of Discover?
A little bit of 2 factors. One, coolness. Cascade just has a lot of cachet. It's really awesome and powerful and cool to read. And another was just templating, frankly. The card itself has Cascade on
The
that
Eclectic
one,
Beard,
and
yes.
it's granting
There's
those abilities
also
to instants and sorceries, and so
going to be a
we would've
lot
had
of
to write some
cards
slightly more
yet to be
pained
revealed.
words Of
so
instants and sorceries have Discover,
and we've
X,
already
where
seen
X
some
is
big
their mana
reprints as
value,
well.
and it would have Discover 6.
Yep, I'll
on
check Discord.
it,
Give me
and it
just
would
a sec.
just read a little wonkier, frankly. And so we tested and thought Cascade was workable, and so we ran with it.
Cool.
Yeah, one of the funny things is Typically, when we work on a Magic set, there's quite a long span of time between when we're pencils down on the set and when the set actually releases, because we have to do the packaging and go to print and everything. And during that time span, I was actually out on maternity leave. And so coming back to this set with fresh new eyes after leave and being able to see everything we've done with it, it's just been really wonderful to see what a true love letter this has been to Magic. There are so many different homages to Magic's history, whether through the Mystical Archive, whether through our paradigm spells, but also just truly with things like that.
I'm sorry, I'm not subscribed to Magic on Twitch. It's not something that I watch enough.
So many different ways.
So we're not subscribed there.
Let's move on to our next treatment.
But if you are
which is a
subscribed,
familiar but very fun one. Field notes. So Athena, what are these, and where can you get them?
Yeah, so Field Notes is a returning booster fund treatment. And something really cool here is because the set is all about the students kind of venturing out until their different field locations, it gives you that feeling of the students are actually illustrating in their different notebooks about what they're learning and what they're studying. And so one of the things that I love here is you can tell this is a Prismari student who's kind of doodling different movements and different stylings. And throughout the set, you'll be able to see different depending on what college you're looking at, different little things in the margins.
Here, 1 second.
So these will be found in both play and collector boosters and foil and non-foil.
We've already talked about Paradigm, so we'll keep moving on to another very cool inclusions, which are the Portal Dual Lands. So these are showing omen paths, and actually, Athena, why don't you talk about them?
Yeah, so these are a view into a different dimension, and I'm really excited to see what fans are kind of thinking's on the other side here. Just really gorgeous art, full art. Each of them shows the different stylings, the different castings of magics. You've got some of that beautiful Witherbloom organic magic, some of that more Quandrix fractal magic for the full cycle here of all 5 lands.
And Reggie, I mean, obviously we know why these specific color pairings ended up in this set, but how did you all end up on this cycle of slow lands?
They just played really well the first time around. So we first saw these lands in Innistrad Midnight Hunt and Innistrad Crimson Vow. And I feel like when we put them into that set, they were new, and it was one of those things where it's like, oh, why didn't we try this yet? You know, it's just such a simple line, kind of reminiscent of, you know, fast lands or some of our other land cycles, but we just felt like the play patterns were really good, the power level was just about right, and it had been a little while since we had seen them in Standard, and so it felt like it was just a good landing spot.
Very cool. All right, our next Booster Fund treatment is Extended Art, and we're seeing a few cards that we saw earlier. Athena, where can you get Extended Art?
You can find these in collector boosters. It's really lovely.
Yeah, these are, we do these, I think, every set in collector boosters. Yeah, so if you like more art, they have more art. All right, and then finally, I want to talk about the Mystical Archives. So
here we go.
I think everyone should be initiated, but in case they're not, Athena, what is the Mystical Archive?
This is the thing that everybody's going to be the most stoked on. Let's be honest.
Mystical Archive, which is a tome which shows spells throughout Magic history, illustrated in illuminated manuscript the first time they're being cast. And so this is a bonus sheet, so it'll be one in every pack, where you can open it up and you'll be able to cast these spells in limited formats and really kind of, I don't know, I keep saying live the dream, but it really is. You get to live the dream of casting some of these fun spells that you never really thought you'd be able to cast before. And then you can add them to your collection later and put them into your commander decks.
Yeah. So how often, where are you going to be seeing these?
So the English version of the Mystical Archive on the left, it'll be one per pack in play boosters, as well as sometimes in collector boosters you'll get some of the foil versions. There's also a Japanese Mystical Archive version, which in English booster packs is exclusive to collector boosters. If you are in Japan and opening play boosters, you'll get a small smattering of the Japanese Mystical Archive occasionally in play boosters, because it is Japan and we think you should have the ability to play with cards in your own language. And then we have this beautiful Silver Scroll Foil Mystical Archive, which is our collector booster exclusive. Absolutely gorgeous. I think we showed a little bit off in the debut.
Yeah, NK.
Have some.
I have a few if we want to go to the camera.
One per pack, yep.
I don't want to show me though, so
which is always a good thing.
These, if we are able to zoom in, that would be great. So this is Duty Before Death. I'm a little far away. I'm gonna.
So
here
this
is the Vampire
foiling
Tutor.
is very beautiful. Oh, look at the vamp. Blake, stand up and walk.
They're pretty.
Blake,
Gotta see
pretty.
them.
stand up and
So-
walk to the camera. Come on.
All right, but
Come
yes,
on.
the foiling.
Get up and
so
walk
it's a
over to
little
the camera.
raised. It's a little bit textured. Here is, the Force of Will.
They have a really nice silver sheen to
Yep.
them, in addition to
Yeah.
around the name of the card, as well as the type line and the text box. You get that raised silver, like piping, I think is what we call it internally. So it really glints and shines off of each other.
Yep.
Yeah, once you start seeing pictures of these in hand, chat,
Very cool.
you'll understand
All
how
right,
beautiful that
those
foiling
are
is.
all of the treatments. We do have one more thing before we go, which is Secrets of Strixhaven previews are obviously kicking off right now. And in order to fully appreciate the set, we've invited a bunch of creators to partake and show off a bunch of content. So here are all of the creators who are going to be posting content. You can look for
look at who
hashtag
that
MTG
right
ambassador
smack in the
or
middle there.
hashtag
Who's
MTG
that?
partner on your favorite social
Okay.
media platform.
I'm
You'll
into
find
it.
All of these fine folk making some really cool stuff and talking about Secrets of Strixhaven over the next 2 weeks as we roll through previews. So take a look for those. So thank you for tuning in to both the debut and the after show. Thank you, Athena. Thank you, Reggie. Any final thoughts on Secrets of Strixhaven before we go?
No, I hope everyone enjoys and loves the set as much as we do. It's been a real treat working on this, and I'm so excited to venture back into Arcavius and see what it has to offer.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, same. I'm just stoked. And so I
Yeah,
hope
we
you
are
all love it.
stoked to be ambassadors for this
Next week,
set.
we are going to be back with Shauna McGuire, the author of the Secrets of Strixhaven novel that is also coming out next week. And she and I are going to be going through the rest of the Mystical Archives, pretty much the rest of the Mystical Archives. So if you like the Mystical Archives, if you're interested in the fiction, or if you just like Shauna McGuire, who is a delightful human, please come back next week, same time. We'll see you then.
All right, so weekly MTG stream is done. I need to send something really quick, so let me go over to my face cam here, and then we're going to go back over, and I want to look at some of the cards that they spoiled when we were looking at the original stream on YouTube. So give me just a second. Corey G says, "Grats, I appreciate you so much." Give me just a moment here, because I need to send something over to somebody. All right, so let's hit. Thank you, True Mrs. Popo. Turn our music back on here. Then we are going to go back and look at the debut stream from earlier. Wait, is the debut stream... Did they take the debut stream down? No way. No, here we go. We got the debut video. So we're going to take a look at that in just a second. Astral Puzzle, thank you so much. When are notifications for ambassadors? So do I need to reapply every set? I believe... I think you do? Jank, hello. I missed you, man. We've been streaming for 2 hours. I was like, where's Jank? All right. Let's see here. Or we've been streaming for more than 2 hours. But it's good to see you, dude. All right, let's see. I need to send something over to Paige, and then we're going to look through some of these cards from earlier, because there is some really good stuff. All right, here we go. Paige, I can't send that to you because it's telling me it's too big. So I don't really know what you need me to do. So yeah, I can't send you what you need. It's not letting me. It's saying that the file size is too big. That's what she said. Yeah. Yeah, no worries, Jenk. Anyone knows when the next informative content on this set will come out? Okay. Have me sending 10 pictures at a time to you in the middle of a stream. Give me just a second. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of this stuff. Let's go ahead and go full screen here. We're going to go ahead and mute and take a look at some of the cards from early on. I really did appreciate the presentation today. Everything looked really good. Oh, let's move this Spotify thing over. Okay, so we have the the serialized text lists. We saw that back here. I wanted to show this off on Scryfall here. Yeah, Scryfall, just like everybody's on Scryfall right now. Scryfall is down. Everybody's on it. Jank, I appreciate that. Yeah, going over pre-modern, man. That was, it's wild, dude, what's going on. You sitting on a foil cradle, you may actually want to move that. I don't know if you do, but there may be some sort of world where you can get an absurd amount of money for that right now. So we did see the Elder Dragons, which is really cool. You got Silverquill, Prismari, Witherbloom, Lorehold, and Quandrix. So, pretty cool. There's some good stuff here. The Witherbloom seems extremely good, right? We've got Affinity for creatures. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature you control. Yeah, I don't want to, but it may be prudent. Jank, I think maybe so, man. I mean, if the price is just absurdly inflated right now, and it means locking in thousands in gains to possibly buy it back at a discounted price later once it kind of settles. But Cradle is one of the hard ones to kind of look at, right? Because Gaia's Cradle is a card that is has that multi-format application. Legacy likes Cradle. You also have Pre-Modern that likes Cradle. Obviously, Commander Bracket 4 and 5 loves Cradle. So Cradle is the one where it's like, that's not like Cursed Scroll, where it's like, okay, Cursed Scroll works in Pre-Modern. Like, that is a card that is a Pre-Modern card. I'm not running that in Commander, right? So Cradle is hard to judge, because Cradle may be one of those cards that in 10 years we're all looking at it and we're like, wow, Cradle's a $5,000 card. I don't know. Maybe it is for a base copy. But right now, like, the foil is absurdly priced. $6,000 for a damaged one. You could probably sell your copy for like 8 to 10. Who knows? I have no idea how crazy it is, but the market right now for Pre-Modern is volatile as hell. So Witherbloom, we got Lorehold, Flying Haste. Each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard has Miracle 2. That's kind of cool. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Quandrix, Flying Trample, and it has Cascade. So 6/6 instant and sorcery spells you cast from your hand have Cascade. And then we have Prismari, Flying, Ward, pay 5 life, instant and sorcery spells you cast have Storm. And then we have Silver Quill as well, Flying, Vigilance, each instant and sorcery spell you cast has Casualty 1. All right, if we're ranking the dragons, man, as you cast that spell, you may sack a creature with power 1 or greater. When you do, copy that spell, and you may choose new targets for the copy. I mean, Silver Quill seems really good. Seems really good. I think I would put like Witherbloom at the top. I think I would probably rank Witherbloom the best. So like if I had to build these dragons, I mean, this is probably crazy as well. Whenever you see new dragons come out and it's like Dragon deck goes burr. I think I like at number 1 Witherbloom. And then at number 2, I think I like Silver Quill. Prismari seems extremely good, having Storm. You also have Cascade on Quandrix. I mean, they're all pretty good. Are these Pokemon cards? RPT. They absolutely are. Oh, man. I think I have to rank Lorehold last. Even though I think the ability's pretty good. It's just like, you have Storm on Prismari. I don't know. Jank, you said black, green, black, white. Then you said red, white, blue, green, red, blue. Mine is black, green, black, white, red, blue, black, or green, blue, red, white. It is a lot, isn't it? Darth Brando, what's up? Witherbloom Spellslinger. Oh. Yeah. I mean, these are pretty good. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Then we saw some other cards. We saw some art. Okay, Ral Zarek. A lot of people wanted to talk about this one. Ral seems pretty good. I kind of want the... prefer for the closed captions to go away. There we go. All right, so we have Ral here. 1 and 2 black. Yeah, it is Sarkhan. You're right. My bad. We got Sarkhan here. Mono black Sarkhan. You got a 3 loyalty on a 3-cost walker. Has Surveil 2. So that's really good right out the gate, right? You got the Surveil 2 on the 3 cost, so you immediately get him up to 4. Any number of target players each discard a card. Kind of got Liliana of the Veil vibes going on there. Same casting cost. Return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So it even has a little bit of a Sun Titan kind of vibe going on. It's kind of good, even though Sun Titan is permanent. And then you have flip 5 coins. Target opponent skips their next X turns, where X is the number of coins that came up heads. Oh, wish it was dice rolling instead for Mr. House. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, the -2 is just okay. However, it does have the surveil built in, and so you're kind of filling up your yard, and I think having that ability is pretty good. I think the -1 on it is very strong. Any number of players each discard a card is pretty cool. I like how it enables madness, even though it's like that ability is kind of mid. I wish madness had more commander potential, but yeah, it's a pretty cool card here. I like what's going on. What I don't like about this, no built-in removal. There is hand hate, which is kind of cool. Pick apart the opponent's hand. I do not hate that. But for the most part, I am a little underwhelmed by the no removal built in. That's kind of a bummer to me. No removal. Let's move on. I do feel like it's pretty cool. We have the mascots here. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter. Okay, so let's start with Inkling. A white and a black. Repartee. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature, this creature gains flying until end of turn, and it has Surveil 1. So, pretty cool. Then we have Elemental Mascot. 1, a blue, and a red for Flying Vigilance 1/4. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, this creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. If 5 or more mana was spent to cast that spell, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card until the end of your next turn. So you have a little bit of this impulse draw thing, and then a very familiar effect where you play a flyer with a low power that gets bigger whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell. We've seen it a lot with like Wee Dragonauts, Slick Shot Show Off from earlier today when we were playing. There are so many cards that are like this in red blue where you play something and you end up buffing it by casting instants and sorceries. So let's keep going. Pest Mascot, 2/3 for 3. Trample. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. So the 1/1 counters are going to really, add up. If you are in this archetype, this creature could be a very, very big deal for you, and it's a common, right? So you have a low power trampling common that if you go into this archetype is going to grow into a real big threat. I like that this creature kind of scales with the game. So like in limited, if you're in this archetype, you're probably really going to like this card. Then you have the Spirit Mascot, a red and a white for a 2/2. So 2/2 for 2, not bad. And whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. So same kind of thing. If you're in this archetype, you have something that's going to get bigger, and it's going to stay bigger. So in my opinion, the two that are probably best here are the Pest Mascot and the Spirit Mascot. Even though I do like the 4 toughness on the flyer, that's nothing to shake a stick at. It's pretty good. And then Fractal Mascot. This one's big. Big, chat. You're paying 6 for 6/6 Trampler. When this creature enters, tap target creature an opponent controls and put a stun counter on it. So not a bad card either. I do like stun counter. Getting a big beater late that brings a stun counter with it, that's pretty cool. I like that. Let's keep going. This card is pretty wild. It's a meme, but it's in the set. And it does seem like a very, very strong card. You can draw a lot of cards with this. Yeah, Golgari life gain. What do you think, chat, about Mathemagics? Clearly a strong card. Yeah, pretty crazy, man. I mean, I think 2 to the 3rd power is going to be extremely good. And that's going to cost 8 mana to do that. Sorcery speed, I mean, 2 to the 2nd power is also still good. Draw 4 cards. But, I mean, if you go crazy and... You know, it could be one of these cards that works really well with Thassa's Oracle, right? It's just like if you have a ton of mana, just draw out your deck, man. If you can get it 2 to the 10th power, I mean, that would be just insane. Just like go big mana mathematics, try and get there. Maybe. Maybe. I mostly think that this card is a meme. However, I do know in Magic the Gathering that people generate infinite mana. So as much as I think it's a meme, there's part of me that believes we'll see this card played to great effect in Commander. What else do we have here? Procrastinate. 1 second here, chat.
Called procrastinate.
All right, here's our card. Tap target creature, put twice X stun counters on it. Oh, man. You get enough stun counters on something, it's pretty much out of the game. This card scales nicely as well. So, like, early game, oh god, that creature's really bad. I'm just going to throw 2 stun counters on it. Right? A blue and 2 other. We'll tap that thing down, throw 2 stun counters on it, but then late game, oh god, they played that big 6/6. I can't deal with it. It has trample. It's going to kill me. Just procrastinate, dump all your mana on it, take the 6/6 out of the game. It's pretty good. I'm a fan. Pauper Staple. I could see it. Mathemagics feels like the way people thought of Omniscience when it was spoiled for buy a box. Yeah, I mean, but then that became a card, right? I mean, Omniscience very much a busted Magic card. So, prepared mechanic, okay? It's a very interesting mechanic. You have a creature that comes in. Sometimes it is preloaded and it's prepared. Sometimes you have to make it prepared. This creature enters prepared. You have a 2/1 for 2 that has draw 2 attached to it. When this creature enters, it enters prepared. So you get a 2/1, or excuse me, a 2/1 for 2. And then whenever you can cast the sorcery side to just draw 2 cards off of this. I typically would not play a 5-cost sorcery speed draw 2. However, having it as an option stapled to what is essentially, you know, almost a bear. It's a 2/1 for 2 versus, you know, a bear, which is a 2/2 for 2. You put this on this, maybe it becomes playable. I really like it. I really think it's good. Now we have this one, which is much more cracked, right? 3 and 2 blue for a 5/5 flying ward 2. Okay? It enters prepared. And whenever this creature attacks, you may exile 8 cards from your graveyard. If you do, this creature becomes prepared again. So, for 5 mana, you get a 5/5 flying ward 2. Very good, right? But for 6 mana, it comes with an Ancestral Recall as well. So, you know, you don't have to use the spell the moment you play it, but you could just play it for 5, and then on the next turn, you know, 1 blue to draw 3 cards. Where this card really shines is going to be in any sort of deck where you can blink stuff. So, for example, you play this, you use the Ancestral Recall, you draw 3, then you Restoration Angel, you blink it, it enters prepared again, rinse, repeat. That's where this is going to be easiest. Now, it is cool that there is a way on the body of this creature to just prepare it again. if you have enough cards in your graveyard that you can exile. But it's not an Ancestral Recall, everybody. You know, I know a lot of people were very scared that this was like eroding the reserve list or undermining it. It's just a fun, silly way for us to get to experience reserve list card effects stapled onto, you know, a creature. This is not anywhere near as strong as an Ancestral Recall. This is not like an alternate cost where like, oh, you know, I'm going to play one side of this card, the Ancestral Recall side. And then the Emeritus means nothing. It's like you have to have the creature enter. Now, if you cheat this card out or something like that, you know, say turn 1, you throw it into your graveyard and then you also reanimate it, right? So it's like play some fast mana, cast a Faithless Looting, pitch this, you know, reanimate this card or whatever, you know, a Chart a Course, any sort of blue spell. I said Faithless Looting because all of a sudden in my head, we're in like a Grixis commander deck build. But there are ways to cheat this card out, and then sure, you know, getting the Ancestral Recall early is awesome. But for the most part, it's a very silly, just like kicker effect. Yeah. There you go. I mean, Jack the Tipper, you're not wrong there. Sensei's Emeritus and Displacer Kitten. Grixis Convoke would work with it. Yep. Yep. I could see that. It's a cool card. I mean, it is a really, really cool card. All right, this is what I want. I want this card. It's probably, since this video has existed, been destroyed. But can we, I mean, I'll take either of these. But I do like that this I mean, this is kind of cool. Scryfall is down. Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, Scryfall is currently offline for maintenance. Okay, never mind. Never mind. And it is cool that they, yeah, both are Mark Pool art. I mean, the outfit of the character as well. Something to be said about that. You got the armbands on here, the outfit, the helmet.
Magic a long time, and before we were working on that card, I had never cast Ancestral Recall, and let me say, wow.
Brave Researcher is an awesome card. Black creature that gets to prepare
All right, so yeah, reanimate on this guy, pretty cool. Yeah, complete reboot of his own art. Yeah, I mean, it's honestly really sick. Yeah, I mean, it is the guy from. Yeah, it's like the same dude. I mean, that is really cool. I mean, it is wild to see it come
Magic cards
all this way.
Time. Justly with each other.
So you have the Secret Rendezvous here. That's Loki, fam. Right, exactly. Was that his actual inspiration, Jank? Venom. These prepare cards are my favorite way for Magic to reprint older cards without hitting the reserve list. It's so cool. And also, it's good to see you. We need to finish our Slay the Run. Or Slay... our Slay the Spire run. I can't talk, dude. I cannot talk today. We've been live for almost 3 hours. We need to do that. Joined researchers, 1 and a white, first strike at the beginning of each end step. If an opponent has more cards in hand than you, this creature becomes prepared. And so you have the Secret Rendezvous throwback here. I do like that this thing can auto-prepare stuff for you. I think that this is pretty cool. Big fan of this. Big fun as well. Big fan, big fun. We already talked about this spell. Paradigm seems absolutely cracked. It's like once Paradigm is online, like what do you do? What do you do, man? Can't get it out of there. We got the Duelist. When this creature enters, draw a card. Each player loses 1 life. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature, exile up to 1 target creature. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Chat, you may not appreciate this, but today in Los Angeles, we have overcast weather. And you know what's great about overcast weather in LA? No sun. And maybe, just maybe, heavy asterisk on maybe rain. Maybe. So does Paradigm work in Commander and just... Yes, dude. Yes. Yeah, we'll go back to it for a second. After you first resolve a spell with this name. So when you cast this spell, and it must resolve. After you first resolve a spell with this name, you may cast a copy of it from exile without paying its mana cost at the beginning of each of your first main phases. So once you cast this spell, it goes into the Paradigm. And once it's in the Paradigm, the way it works is you just get it at your first main phase. And it does say cast a copy. So I'm sure that, you know, people can try to counter the one that's coming from the Paradigm, but I don't think there's a way to like unparadigm the card once it's in the Paradigm. What huge hit do you think they didn't reveal today? Adam, I want and would love to tell you, but I am an ambassador on the set. So any info I reveal or don't reveal, this is the double-edged sword of being an ambassador, is that I know. So it's not like the old days before where I could speculate, because there is no speculation. We tried to make some speculative shorts before we had the info, but yeah. Yeah, so I can't tell you, but I think that the set is very exciting. I love the mystical archive. It's one of my favorite things. I love the first time that we went to Strixhaven and we got the mystical archive. That was pretty cool. Adam, fine, send me an email then, LOL. Nope. But I do think that the mystical archive is really cool. I think that the Japanese cards are very, very beautiful. I think that it's a set that I absolutely want to do a break-in build, commander deck build for, because I think that this is a great set. If you wanted to buy a box of Strixhaven and give yourself a challenge, can I build a whole commander deck out of it? Because you have the Strixhaven Mystical Archive, I think that's going to give you some of the extra pieces that you need to fill out a commander deck. And so there's part of me that's going to be doing... Well, I know I'm going to be doing a video, but there's part of me that's excited to build a Strixhaven commander deck just out of a box and see if we can make something fun and competitive. And yeah. Might sound crazy. I also can't say anything. I'm under a different thing, though. Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah, Venom, you know, the collector boxes, especially today after them revealing Vamp Tutor. And they haven't even revealed all the Mystical Archive stuff. You're going to have a lot of people speculating and a lot of people being like, oh, you know, now's the time to get a collector box. So I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if we see some pretty wild stuff. Let's keep going here. Let's keep on looking through. They did show us some uncommons here. You got the Old Growth Educator. Molten Note. Flashback is back. Flashback, it's just kicker. You know, every time you see an ability like this on a card where you get something and then it's like you pay an additional cost, you get something else. It's just a variant of kicker. In Magic the Gathering, so many abilities are just kicker. Molten Note deals damage to target creature equal to the amount of mana spent to cast this spell and tap all creatures you control. So, very good. Then we have Hardened Academic. A red and a white for a 2/1 flying haste bird cleric. Discard a card. This creature gains lifelink until end of turn. Pretty cool. Also Madness Enabler. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. So this is pretty cool as well. Yeah, Venom. And it's really cool how it kind of is like a throwback to the original art, right? Pretty sweet. We have Professor Dillian Fell. So 2 a black and a green, 5 loyalty on a 4/4 walker. Now this one does come with protection built in. You have -3 destroy target creature. So you have a murder built into this. I don't think you could say murder on YouTube, but we did. That's okay. Sorry for typos, cat on desk. I'm wondering how much the pre-modern prices will affect how much of this set will be bought, and or if the chase card prices will increase if these possible sell off. The pre-modern, how do you see pre-modern relating to the Strixhaven stuff? Help me understand. Because pre-modern, are you talking about that format, 1995 to 2003? That's a format that's very much been on my mind lately because I've seen so many reserve list cards just soaring in price because of it. Let's keep talking about our commander here. I want to turn the desktop audio down just a bit. So Professor Dillian Fell, 5 loyalty, 4 cost, comes in, you can immediately gain 3 life, which takes him up to 7 loyalty, which on the next turn puts him in immediate range to -6. You get an emblem with whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. So it's Exquisite Blood or it's Sanguine Bond, I forget which one it is, but he's giving you 1/2 of the combo that you need to just do the infinite life gain or life drain thing. People that have bought into pre-modern might sell some off to go after. Oh, I see what you're saying. RPT, I don't know, because I think the people that collect pre-modern and the people that go after reserve list cards, they're probably not selling that off to go after chase cards of new modern sets. Like maybe if there's like a cool serialized card that they want or something that they really want, maybe they sell stuff off. But I think that format, because those cards are finite, people just buy those and hoard them. Now, that's not to say that I don't see how, like Secret Lair or, cards like the Emeritus, for example, that are serialized. I do see that as reserve lists. They're never going to do that again, right? Or like Jaws from Secret Lair. Jaws, since it came out, has just gone to the moon, right? Not only is it a strong commander, but Jaws is actually it's going to be like impossible for them to get the Jaws rights again. That card will never be reprinted in its exact same way again. So I do see how like there's like a modern reserve list that exists, but most of the time, in my opinion, I would say people probably aren't selling off reserve lists to buy modern stuff. I don't get what the guy said about one you cannot cast in Commander. Do they mean one prepared spell is banned in Commander? Because I can't cast Ancestral Recall. Vitox, Ancestral Recall, the original card, is banned in Commander. NK, should I call you Kling? N Kling? Or should I call you NK or what? They need to reprint in-universe Jaws soon. Yeah, I mean, yes. Yes, and Jaws will still remain like the chase card, right? Because it's the Jaws version. But yeah, I mean, a good example is the in-universe version of Rick, right? Like Rick from Walking Dead, very powerful card. Its in-universe version is also very expensive, just like Rick. Rick is expensive. The in-universe version is also expensive. I think the Jaws will hold a premium because, I mean, it's tight, but I'm excited to see whatever in-universe version they do of that card. I just don't know what type of timeline that's going to be. I do think that this guy's really good, though. Let's move on from him. Okay, and then we got the slow lands. These are fine. Enters tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands. It's a fine card. Oh my god, an in-universe core set of everything that is out in universe. I mean, yeah, that would be a very popular set. Very popular. The in-universe version of Rick is about 20 more than the Is it? Okay. So, you know, Walking Dead, Rick really does break the immersion. Maybe people feel the same way about Jaws. Maybe the in-universe version of Jaws is going to be expensive. Who knows? Let's face it, some things will never come back. When is it appropriate? When is it an appropriate time to reprint Mondrak or Atraxa? Exactly. And, you know, that's a really good point because the master sets are kind of on their way out. And I say that where it's like, it's been years since we've had a master set. It has been absolutely years since we've had a master set. So where do you reprint those cards? Special guest? I mean, that's kind of, in my opinion, that's kind of been the answer to that, right? Is there's going to be a bonus sheet in a commander deck or in a collector box. There's going to be a bonus sheet in a collector box or a special guest in a collector box. And that's where we're supposed to find the reprints for those kind of cards. Or Mystery Booster. So it's like Mystery Booster, you have to hope that it makes it on the list of Mystery Booster, which is a massive, massive sheet. Or you have to hope that it makes it into some sort of special guest or bonus sheet. Or you have to hope, is there going to be a master set again? Will we ever go back to master sets? Or right, they don't have list cards, but what I meant was that list on Mystery Booster. But yeah, they did get rid of the list. And that was another thing in like set boxes where you could be like, okay, I might pull that, what like Smothering Tithe or Vampiric Tutor made it on the list. And it was like one of those sets that had a really good set booster. It might have been New Capenna set boxes had like a really cracked list for that slot. I forget what set it was, but there was like one of those sets that was kind of forgettable. It might have been like Murders or New Capenna that had really good list hits. With money, all things are possible. Where can we get them like before the Stranger Things? Sorry, get what? Yeah, the only way is another Commander Master. Right, like a Commander Masters or some sort of Master set. Yeah, RPT, exactly. So these lands are pretty good. Nothing really to write home about, but they're kind of cool. Got the Archaic here. Sorry, chat. Excuse me, I had to do a sneeze. Oops. Oh, God. Oh, shit. Well, hold on. Sorry there, chat. Showed you my very, very beat up desktop there. Just wanted to restart the music here for a second. All right. All right, let's move back over there. So yeah, this card pretty cool. It's actually in Shrek font. Wow, we still have 160 people watching. Everybody, how many likes did we get today? I would like if we could get up to 69 likes if we haven't done it. I do appreciate all of you hanging out today. It has been a blast. All right, let's go through some of these last few cards here. We saw some cool art. We saw some of the pre-con commanders, that stuff. Oh, 77. Nice. We did it. We got there. Yeah, if you did enjoy the stream today, make sure to click like and subscribe. We are just over 3 hours. We will probably be wrapping up here shortly, but I want to talk about some of these last few cards. We have Killian, Rutha. So, the commander decks. Which one are you most excited for? We have our friend here. Well, I actually need to hide my face for a second. All right. So you have Quintorius, which is one or more cards leave your graveyard, create a 3/2 red and white spirit. You may discard a card. If you do, draw 2 cards and mill a card. Spirits you control gain double strike and vigilance until end of turn. That's kind of cool. We also have Killian, Decisive Mentor, 1 a white and a black. You get a 2/3. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, tap up to 1 target creature and goad it. Goad, very strong. We've already talked about this. And then whenever 1 or more creatures that are enchanted by an aura you control attack, draw a card. So it's feeding you cards and you're goading stuff. Very cool. Then we have Rutha. So 2 a blue and a red. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you've cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, create an XX blue and red elemental creature token with flying and haste, where X is the greatest mana value among instant and sorceries you've cast this turn. So that's pretty sweet. And then we have Dina, Essence Brewer, 1 a black and a green. Whenever you sack a creature, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. That's pretty cool as well. Jeremy, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you. If you're here watching the stream, I'm happy that you enjoyed the stream. And yeah, thanks for subscribing. Hope to see you back in the future. And then we do have Quandrix as well. The first spell you cast with X in its mana cost each turn costs 1 less to cast for each 1/1 counter on Zimone. And whenever you cast your first spell with X in its mana cost each turn, put 2 1/1 counters on Zimone. So this is a fun commander to just be at the helm of like an X spells deck. So that's kind of cool as well. All right, we'll bring me back into frame and we'll look at some of these last cards here. They did put Replenish on a card. Now Replenish, that is a big card in pre-modern. That is a card that has absolutely gone to the moon in price. I think a copy of Replenish is like almost like $200 now, or like a really good version is or like a really nice copy in good shape is very expensive, as is most reserve list stuff. Venom says, with how powerful the precons have been recently, I'm blindly about to just pick all of them up from this set. Yeah, just get the full set of 5, right? Yeah, just go for it. I hope Killian also has generic good enchantments because first effect doesn't say aura. Yes, true. How will it work with X spells? What, the our Quandrix friend here? The first spell you cast with X and its mana cost, or are you talking about one of the different commanders? Sack a creature, have the mascot get a +1/+1 counter on it, then Dina gives the mascot more counters from the sack. Dina's able to do stuff. She enters as well while not being a planeswalker. 3 of them are on cast curve. Yeah, Charles Vania, serialized ancestral recall. I mean, it's not like that. Rutha, okay. With X spells. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you've cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, create an XX blue and red elemental creature token where X is the greatest mana value among instant and sorcery spells you've cast this turn. So X spells, I believe when they're cast, they check the casting cost on the card, not what you've put into the X. And if I'm wrong about that, chat, just correct me. What? What are you doing? Sent 20 Martishius Magic gift memberships. What? Look at all these folks that are getting gifted. My gosh. Charles Vania. We appreciate you. Look at all these folks that are becoming members. I appreciate you all so much. Dude. Let's get a little bit of a... Let's get the chat champ updated here. We got to get the chat champ updated. Oh, baby. Let's go. Charles Vania. Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah, dude. Chat champion is Charles Vania with the 20 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. If you've cast Torment of Hailfire for X equals 7, the CMC is 9. No problem, just happy to be here. Well, we appreciate you. Thank you very much. All right, so Rutha is very interesting. I want to go back to our friend here. Why can't I pronounce this? Iganjo. Fox Advisor. Vigilance. When you attack with 2 or more creatures, this creature becomes prepared. And then return all enchantment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool effect on this. This definitely feels like a build around. Definitely feels like something that you want in your Enchantress kind of deck. It's kind of cool. I hope this isn't a sign Replenish is getting banned or becoming a game changer. I doubt it. I doubt it. I don't think Replenish has... Replenish is an extremely good card, but Replenish is so niche, I don't think it would ever be a game changer. It's such a unique and niche effect. It's just like... Yeah. What this is, more than anything, is this is something to drive hype. This is something so that when people sit down to talk Magic at lunch with their friends, they say, oh my god, did you see that Recall and Replenish and Reanimate are all getting like stapled to creatures? That more than anything is why this exists. Even though I do think like this is very strong and good. Look at all these new members. Thank you again, Charles Vania. Very badass. Very, very badass. And then we do have these Portal View lands, which are very cool. These are the Borderless Portal View. Shattered Sanctum, Deathcap Glade, Dreamroot Cascade, Storm Carved Coast, and Sundown Pass. And so it's like, it's almost got like a vibe, like someone's opening a portal to something else. I don't think we've ever seen characters that open portals to other worlds and like walk through them, but you know, it exists here. Yeah, they are very nice looking. I think I like the Shattered Sanctum the most. Like I'm a fan of the yeah, I think I'm a fan of the aesthetic down here on the left the most. Basics, they look cool. It used to be a big deal when full art basics were printed, but now that's pretty much a run-of-the-mill. Every single set has some full art basics. And you really do like that, right? I am a fan of like the full art basics because, you know, each set having those, especially when you go to different sets like TMNT or Avatar or any of these special universes beyond sets, yeah, give us some full art basics that are kind of memorable. That's always a good thing. And then we saw some more creatures here. Wisdom of Ages, 4 and 3 blue. Return all instant and sorcery cards from your graveyard to your hand. You have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. And then exile Wisdom of Ages. Okay. Okay. Gives me kind of like a Praetor's Council kind of vibe there. Pensive Professor, 1 and 2 green for a 0/2 increment. Whenever 1 or more +1/+1 counters are put on this creature, draw a card. So that's going to be and it has increment built in. So this is one of those cards that's just going to get out of hand. Exhibition Tidecaller. You got 1 blue. Opus. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that... whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, target player mills 3 cards. We were doing mill earlier. Always a good thing when mill gets new cards. If 5 or more mana was spent to cast that spell, that player mills 10 cards instead. Okay, so that's kind of fun. Let's take a look at some of the other stuff. We did see the field notes versions of cards. We have the Improvisation Capstone, which we've already talked at length about, and then the Color Storm Stallion, which is Ward 1 in haste. Opus, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. If 5 or more mana was spent to cast that spell, create a token that's a copy of this creature. So a nice little added effect if you're in big enough mana. That's pretty cool. Otherwise, a very familiar effect, right? The blue-red creature that gets bigger when you cast instant and sorcery spells. We've seen it many times. We do have the full art treatments of all of the dragons, which is really, really cool. I'm a fan of these. Wonder if Commander is, whoops. Pokemon Lands version 2. Jack the Tipper says the basics remind me of the ones in the Theros set. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. And it's actually been a lot of years. I think Theros Beyond Death was around 2020 now. Isn't that crazy? It's been like many years since we were in Theros. Pretty wild. Coma getting a new Dream Root Cascade art. Let's go. There you go. Jack with the sub. Appreciate you. Thank you for becoming part of the team, my buddy. The researchers both drawing cards. Good for them. Good for them. Yep. Charles Vania. Damn, bro, that's a nice horse. Not a bad horse, right? Got to get back to work. Great stream, Jake. Venom, I appreciate you so much. Let's get some Slay the Spire going. I appreciate you hanging out, dude. Catch you later. And thank you for being a mod over here. Corey G, I might actually buy the set after taking a break from buying sealed since, like, Bloom Bro. Corey G, what have you been doing? Are you still playing? Or are you just playing, like, Commander decks and that kind of stuff, or what? Oh, Scryfall is back up. Okay, so I want to show you guys this really quick. All right, so a lot of people were talking about this earlier, and I want to show this off because this is the an example of the card. Here's the serialized, and this is kind of like the example of what I wanted to show people. is like, this is the throwback, okay? This is like the vibe, is they have, and this was a, oh, well, that's the wrong version of it. I've got the MitGo version. Here's the paper version. No, that might also be an online version. Give me a second. Here's the actual paper version. There we go, with the right templating. Yeah, pretty cool. And we've seen these a lot, right? These used to happen all the time. These used to be like the variants where people were like, oh, you know, holy crap, right? But now we kind of live in these times where, you know, we see it all the time. But let's move that back over here. All right, let's continue on. We looked at those. We looked at the lands. We looked at the horse. We looked at the dragons. Okay, Relzeric. Okay, we got these cards in new art treatments, or not new art treatments, but this is the borderless version. You know, we see the borderless all the time. Then we have Mystical Archive, which is pretty sweet. Pretty freaking cool. Growth Spiral. I want to get through the rest of this, but I need to take a quick bio, so give me just a second, chat. As a thank you to everybody hanging out today, I want to give away some Dragon Shields. All you have to do is be subscribed. Just be a subscriber. That's it. Let me get a little giveaway going here for the end of the stream. I want folks to be able to get some Dragon Shields in their life. Nice. Nice. Get a giveaway going, little keyword action. Oh, hey, you're a subscriber. You are a subscriber. Yeah, all you have to do is be a subscriber to be able to get some Dragon Shields. So let's do a little giveaway, a little keyword action. Let's do channel member, viewers, regulars, channel members, moderators. Everybody's eligible. Next, we're going to do thank you, Dragon Shield. Actually, no, what do we want this to say? Stay in class. Exactly as I say it. Copy. And don't spam. Don't do any spamming. Paste. Hashtag stay in class. And that'll get you into the giveaway for the dragon shields. These ones. They're kind of cool. Yeah, get in there. Get in there. Come on, chat. Help me give this stuff away. There we go. I see who's still here. I see who's still hanging out. Yeah, I'm giving away the soul dragon shields. Brand spanking new dual mat. Courtesy of our sponsor, Dragon Shield. I use Dragon Shields on all my decks. And I'm going to give away these soul sleeves. So, yeah, get in there. Hashtag stay in class. It's going to get you into the giveaway. And all you have to do, yeah, here we go. I see a bunch of people. Only 11 of you are in there. Those are really good odds. Just get in there. All right, here we go. All right, so Giant Growth. This is a part I'm the most excited for. We saw Force of Will today. We saw Force of Will. We saw the biggest reveal, in my opinion, Vamp Tutor. Force of Will, very good card, but I am a black player at heart. So for me, Vampiric Tutor, very cool. Very cool. So, pretty stoked on that. Muscle MTG is here. Sorry, had to go do work stuff for a minute. Jank, put hashtag stay in class. Giant Growth, honestly, yeah, Giant Growth is sick. Here we go. We have Reprieve, Disdainful Stroke, Force of Will, Smallpox. I love that Smallpox art. Vamp Tutor, Subterranean, Homesick Alien. Actually, it means Subterranean Tremors, and then Giant Growth. So some very cool cards. And then we also saw the Japanese Mystical Archive. So very much like in the first Strixhaven. They're very good at doing their callbacks over here at Magic the Gathering. So in the first Strixhaven, you got the regular Mystical Archive, and then you got the Japanese alternate art. I love seeing more cat art. I remember the Thrill of Possibility from the original Mystical Archive. You know what? That's something that we can kind of do right now. I know, like, we should be wrapping things up, but I do kind of want to talk about this. So if we go Scryfall, SOS. What was the original set code for the Strixhaven Mystical Archive? Set SOA? No. SMA? No. It's Electrolyze. STA. STA. Okay. So let's come over here just for a second. We're gonna move this over here. All right, so here's the original Strixhaven Mystical Archive. Thank you, Bacall. Are they going to have confusing foiling treatments to the Mystical Archive this time around? Corey G, from what I see, it is going to be far less confusing. It is going to be much less confusing. So we have set STA, and then I want to put rarity, mythic. So what we have seen, okay, is a Force of Will in a Vamp Tutor. Okay? Now, when I look at this list, I'm seeing like T-Pro, I'm seeing Demonic Tutor, I'm seeing Tainted Pact. These are the mythics. I'm seeing Natural Order. So they showed us today Vamp Tutor. They showed us today Force of Will. But there are probably some other very spicy mythics in the archive, if I had to guess. Spectre. No, they added a silver scroll foil treatment this time, like the gilded foils in the past. Yeah, so, and it really does pop, too. It really does pop. Honestly, Rhystic Study fits flavor-wise. But Rhystic Study is an enchantment. So we have to be instant or sorcery. Has to be an instant or sorcery. Art is decent in the set so far. Yep. This set has one serialized card. That is correct, Old World. One serialized card. So, yeah, I just wanted to come over here and take a look at the old Mystical Archive because, you know, keep in mind, you know, there are some very big, spicy hits on here. When this first came out, and I cannot believe this is 2021. It has been years now. Half a decade since OG Strixhaven. I can't believe it. But when you look at it and you're like, okay, T-Pro at the time, Tainted Pact was a huge reprint. Huge reprint. Like when we first saw Tainted Pact, like the price on it was much more expensive than this, and we're still looking at like $30 to $40 card. So when I look at this and I'm like, okay, T-Pro, Demonic Tutor, Tainted Pact, Natural Order, there's some very good cards on here. So yeah. Yeah. And I am very excited to announce, because it was revealed on the stream, that we are ambassadors for the product. So, yeah, let's go. Make sure that you're subscribed here, because we're going to be, once I get done with this stream, I'm going to go start making content. And then there's going to be more videos that come out. I know Paige is probably working on something right now as well. Yeah, the Demonic. So, like, the Demonic is really crazy. Let me go back here for just a second. And then I want to get back where we were.
Jaws cats. That's
Totally.
what you get.
And are all the artists that work on the Japanese Mystical Archive?
All right, so Vamp Tutor. This is Vamp Tutor right here. And that art, I actually really like what they did with the art there, because it kind of calls back to the original Demonic Tutor. Or not original Demonic Tutor, but the Demonic Tutor that appeared in the Strixhaven Mystical Archive, which I will bring over here and I'll show you right now. Just in case anybody's been living under a rock and they haven't seen this one. So you could see the Vamp Tutor, Demonic Tutor. Actually pretty similar. You have the red, the black, and the white vibe going on. And yeah, I think it's I think keeping those in theme and keeping those colors similar was a really smart choice. I'm a big fan of how they did that. So let's move this over here and let's roll. Let's roll a giveaway here. We got 16 people. Only 16 of you joined. All right, I'm going to give you 10 last seconds here to get in hashtag stay in class. Hashtag stay in class gets you into the giveaway. A bunch of you are already in there, but you're getting one final opportunity to get in on the giveaway. Only 16 of you. The odds are very good. There we go. I see 17, 18. Spectre, hashtag failed school. Oh, there we go. Now we're getting some folks in there. Okay. We're going to give away some Dragon Shields in 1 singular minute. But yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool set. A lot of stuff that I'm excited for. We saw some special guest cards with like Sylvan Library. We saw some cool art. So pre-release is April 17th. I mean, Sylvan is pretty sweet. Portal Lands. We'll go here. Archmage. There it is. This is pretty sweet. This is a serialized card. This is something that you don't need, and you will not find it. I'm telling you now, you're not going to find this card, so don't go chasing it, but it does exist. I really liked having Sam host this preview. Is he our Mr. Rogers? Sam is great. Yes. Stay in class. All right, we're doing it. Here we go. You were either there or you weren't. Choose a winner. Boom! Isaac. And Ethan. You're going to have to split the Dragon Shields. I'm just kidding. Isaac and Ethan. Make sure to reach out. You can reach out over Discord. You can reach out over Instagram. Just find the account Martishius Magic. You're wrong, Jake. I need it. Ben, if anyone's going to find it, maybe you can do it. We'll see. Isn't it cool how they did a throwback to the OG art? I really love that they did. I really love that they did. Everybody say hey to Ben Bateman. Ben Bateman's hanging out. Ben, I don't know how you have time right now to not be making content to stop in the stream, but I really do appreciate it, man. And then also, I missed the event on Friday. I don't know how I got like a... It's really funny that you pop in here because I was going to reach out to you. I was like, I got an invite today. Hey, thanks for coming out to the Pack It Up event on Friday. And I was like, wait a minute. I didn't know about that. And then I went into Partyful and I was like, my notifications are off or something. I don't even know. The player rewards border is just insane. I really like that they did that. I really like that they did that. The Ben Bateman is here, everybody. Yes. Pack it up. Pack it up. All right, Isaac, you won some Dragon Shields. This stream has been going for 3 hours and 30 minutes, everybody. I think we're going to skedaddle. I think we're going to get out of here for now. And, yeah, man, this has been a really fun stream. Secrets of Strixhaven is crazy. What we're going to do is, Isaac, are you there? Did you get the notification that you won the sleeves? You don't have Discord. Do you have Instagram? Do you have the gram? If you don't, good for you. It's probably really good for your mental health. Okay, if you don't have it, reach out to us in email. Reach out via email. 1 second. You can put email in here because it's our business email, and so it's public knowledge, but martitius.magic@gmail.com. Jake, just leave this, just geocache them. Yeah, you could just reach out there. Isaac and Ethan. Yep. And we'll get you taken care of. Don't stream it. Hey now. Hey now. Yes, that would be the perfect escalation is I don't have email. I'd be like, how are you doing the internet today, my friend? Tell me what happened with the internet. What are you still doing here, everybody? The movie's over. The movie is done. The stream is done. All right, so now that the stream is done, everybody's packed up. I'm going to start my organizing. Okay. What does BIS mean? Best in slot? Best in slot, Jake? Herding cats. All right, so I've got Ripley here. So Ripley is from the movie Alien. Oh, it's okay. She's a big lady, this one. What are you guys still doing here? The stream is over. The stream is over, everybody. The cat is a movie star. Yes. All right, your cat can say one word. All right, you can get down. She's ready to be down. Your cat can say one word. They can talk, but they can only say one word. What would you want the word to be? This is really important. Then I do have to get going. The stream is done. Oh, there we go, David. This pretty cool dude just brought out a giant cat. I'm watching that. Why didn't you name him Jones like from Alien? Well, my orange one, because I have an orange cat as well. And yeah, I should have named him Jonesy. It would have made sense. I have a cat called Ripley. The orange one could have been called Jonesy. It would have made sense. The orange one is named Bill. Uncle Baby Billy. From Righteous Gemstones is his full name, Uncle Baby Billy. But we call him Bill. And yeah, Ripley, despite being a absolute badass in the Alien movies, my cat version of her is one of the scaredest cats I've ever met. Isaac, I'm going to be looking out for you. I put your name on these dragon shields, so make sure you send me that email. And just put your email in there. Or your mailing address. We'll get these sent out. Big thank you to our chat champion again today, Charles Vania, with all of the gifted subs. That show was great, right? If I had a cat that said one word, I would want it to say ka-chow. Like every time the cat enters the room, it's just like ka-chow, ka-chow, ka-chow. Eating the food. Hey, baby, you being good? Ka-chow. Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate y'all so much. I want to hang out. I really do. I really do. And if you want to hang out again, make sure you subscribe because we'll have many more streams. But I need to go make videos. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to take a walk. I'm going to get some fresh air. And then I'm probably going to rank these dragons. And then I'm probably going to rank the commanders from the commander decks. So that's kind of like where my thought process is right now. So I think we're going to get out of here. And yeah, the stream's over. Sorry, everybody. Blowing kisses. Thanks, Jank. Thanks, Jack. Yeah, whoever wrote the blowing kisses thing... Did you write the blowing kisses? I don't want to do the blowing kisses thing. I don't want to do the blowing kisses. I don't have time to blow everybody a fucking kiss.